This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In the description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.
Every driver told me you had to stay in. You got trouble in the back straightaway. 1, 2, 3 automobiles. 4 collected.
I see Robert Presley's in it. He's up against the outside of the back straightaway wall over there. That's Lyndon Amick in the 35. Turning around.
Lyndon Amick out of that team Amick. They had their problems in qualifying and made up for it.
There's Robert Presley right there in the 47.
Robert Presley badly torn up. He took the brunt of this one. From the blimp, maybe we can get a picture of exactly what happened.
Well, we see 4 cars running together right here. And let's see what happens as they come off of turn 2. You can see Presley's car get up next to the wall. He just got up in that loose stuff that Buddy was talking about. Slid sideways, and then others coming on, hitting each other, and what, 3 more getting involved.
That was Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 31 in that scrape. Let's go down toward the infield care center. Ralph Shaheen is there with a couple of drivers in that latest incident.
Ken, that would include Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Robert Presley. Let's start with Robert. Robert, what happened out there?
Just the racetrack, you know, in pretty bad shape. Just a lot of gravel out there. And went off in one there and just trying to get back down in line there. And a car come out, got in the wall, and lost it there. And, you know, here come little Dale. There wasn't nothing he could do, you know. Heck, you're moving down off that corner and just got hit, but we was finished before then.
All right, let's check in with Dale. Are you okay, and what's your assessment of the track?
We're in good shape. Track's starting to come up a little bit in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 ain't that bad, but I noticed after about probably 30 laps, there's a lot of gravel coming up on the bottom groove, and really, it's just all over the racetrack now. Wasn't much we could do with it, with a wreck there. Robert kind of come down the track in front of us. I was on the outside of another fella, and it's too bad for the stick of the Monte Carlo, because despite the track position we had a good race car and a good handling car, and I was out there they were out there teaching me some lessons, and by halfway of the race, I figured I had it all figured out, and we just got to the front and had some good track position.
Trickle was on the low side coming in turn 2, and around goes Earnhardt, up in the air and over. Both cars land on their wheels, but Trickle and Earnhardt Jr. go for a wild ride down the back straightaway of Daytona.
We'll race back to the caution. Nemechek will lead them back here.
All right, let's see what happened between Dick Trickle, the orange car, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
There's the orange car of Dick Trickle. And you can see Trickle, he must have gotten hit from behind and shot right straight into Earnhardt's car. And you see Earnhardt's car lift, sets back down on the hood of Dick Trickle's car, then comes back down on its wheels.
I'm not sure what the Olympic judges would give that landing, but it was a wild one.
Let's take another look. You see Trickle right there. That's Buckshot Jones behind the 2 of them as they come off the corner there.
Yeah, we'll follow this on down through here a little bit and see what they're side by side.
Here comes Buckshot with a great run off the corner. You see him coming up right there. He touches Trickle in the right rear corner into the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Up in the air. Look at this.
Whew. Bill Stevens.
I'm with Dale Earnhardt Jr. You took a pretty good belt. How you feeling?
Just a little bit woozy. Got banged around in there just a little bit.
Remember what happened?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just flipped over. Can't really tell what's going on from inside the race car. All you see is grass, sky. But hey, for AC Delco and Chevrolet, we had a real good car today. We had some kind of a miscue in the pits. It was just a rookie mistake on my part coming in there a little too hot. I was pretty excited about running up front with those guys and wanted to get a good pit stop, and ended up letting the clutch out before the car dropped, tore the drive shaft out and messed up the transmission. So we were kind of in a bad position after all that, but we were just trying to learn how to draft and stay up front, and a couple cars got together and ended up getting a hold of me, so that's just the way it goes.
Well, he comes from a pretty good bloodline, guys. He'll be back.
He's got talent and had a fast car today.
Back at Pikes Peak International, fourth caution flag today comes out. Stanton Barrett's Channel Lock Chevrolet spins up in turn 4. And he is not a happy camper. Gets out and points to his helmet, trying to signal someone that, hey, use your head. Obviously, let's see if we can see what may have happened.
Looks like the 3 car gets a good run on the bottom, and just right there, looks like it just got into the back from a little bit. Maybe he took the air off the spoiler.
Looks like Little E may have given him a little help there in the turns. And Stanton Barrett, rightfully so, not very happy about that tap. He was having a pretty good run in the Channel Lock Chevrolet for Doug Taylor. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Little E, they're calling him out. In the AC Delco Chevy, inside of Tony Stewart in the Shell Pontiac.
These guys have been racing side by side for lap after lap here, and right there you just saw Tony Stewart get the lead ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I'm sure Tony Eury got on the radio and said, you guys can't run side by side without overheating your tires. Drop back, let them cool, get another run on them, and that's for 6th spot.
Watch this battle again. Tony Stewart goes to the outside.
Just like 2 young guys, they don't listen to their elders, do they? They're back racing, touching each other, running into each other. These guys are fighting for position, and it's been pretty exciting watching these last couple of laps. Now we're coming up on a lap car here, and see Tony just squeeze past the lap car and kind of force Dale Jr. to get back behind him.
All right, Phil Parsons, a Duraloop Chevy. If you look out the back of the Briggs & Stratton bumper cam on Tony Stewart's car, here comes the 3 cautions. That'll give you a little knock.
You can see that fender being knocked in a little bit, so he's not afraid to use that front fender, but if he gets that fender knocked in, that car is going to change the handling characteristic of the car. And I don't think they're going to have time to come in and make any more adjustments. They might even be on their last set of tires.
Let's check into the Tony Stewart pit as he gets a challenge. Let's wait just a moment. A challenge from Dale Earnhardt. Let's check in with Marty.
Guys, I just talked to Brian Fraser. I said, are you worried about him burning up on this right rear tire? He says, no. We got too few laps to go. I've turned him loose. He's on his own.
Boy, great racing. I got to believe these fans are on their feet here, waving their hats in their hands. Good crowd on hand this afternoon.
They're definitely getting a leg workout because they sit down when the car's on the backstretch, and then they all stand up when the cars come down the front stretch and just cheering their favorite driver on.
And Phil Parsons has nowhere to go, but will he make it 3 wide? He says, nah, I've been around too long. I've read that chapter before. And now Tony Stewart retakes the position. I got to believe that's a preview of racing we're going to see for years to come in NASCAR. In the Busch Series and maybe in the Winston Cup. The likes of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, and a great run by Phil Parsons. Buckshot Jones was second, and prior to that tire, cutting a tire, he brushed the wall over in turn 2. And just prior to that, a moment ago, Tony Stewart had a problem in the 44 car. You saw him racing side by side with Dale Earnhardt Jr. with Phil Parsons right behind him. Let's show you what happened a moment ago while we were in break.
Looks like he gets off in a corner, and Dale Jr. just gives him a little bit of a shot there and got him forced up high. Probably got tired of racing side by side with him, so decided that he was going to have to get underneath him and get ahead of him to carry on.
Well, Tony Stewart saved the car, got up across the racetrack up into Marbles, held on to it, has not been back on the pit road. Thought he might have had a tire going down, and when the car got loose as it came off turn 4 that time, but it did not. He has fallen back to 9th position.
This is exactly the race we wanted to see. They're 3-4 wide and 3 and 4 deep. And Earnhardt just
whoa, Dale Earnhardt is in the wall, slides up. Still no caution flag. He went up across the racetrack and bounced it off the concrete wall. Got him a Pikes Peak stripe up there, and they've seen a little bit of smoke out of the right side. He's got to have a tire rubbing.
They're all around you.
They can't afford to pit under the green here, so they're going to take a good look at it, have their spotter take a good look at it, make sure they don't have a good tire rub on it.
And the 44 car also in the wall that time by. Tony Stewart has tapped the wall in the Shell Pontiac, and he gets a little smoke. The 34 car of McLaughlin has come into contact.
Those guys, Tony Stewart and Mike McLaughlin, they were just rubbing hard down the front stretch here. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys didn't cut their tires down, rubbing on each other real hard.
They were battling for 4th and 5th position. Here is the points leader, McLaughlin, in. See if we can show you what happened a moment ago with the incident down there. All kinds of things. Watch the 34 car and the 44.
three and four wide. And Dale Jr. got up in the loose stuff here. You could see the smoke coming from the back of the car and just got into the wall with the back of the car, and hopefully not bad enough that it knocked the tire alignment out.
A little bit different angle this time, head on coming in.
Right here, it looked like he got a little bit of a shot from Tony Stewart, who got him pushed up in the loose stuff. And right here, he can't turn the car. He's praying for it to turn, and then boom, right there.
As we have a car in the wall, there's the 44 car, the Shell Pontiac. As the white flag comes out.
Nobody.
No caution, no caution.
Now they're going to have to race back to the win
wandering
here.
real slow on the inside there.
Tony Stewart was running in ninth spot. Here comes Matt Kenseth as the fans are on their feet. There is
Enough
debris
room.
on
He
the
seems to be
racetrack.
wandering around quite a bit.
Seems like Junior's car for the first, few laps will be as good as Kenseth's, or be able to run with Kenseth, but it just seems like Kenseth stays better longer.
Oh, he's trying to find right
trouble. There they go. Both of them into the wall.
Now
Earnhardt hit very hard coming off the corner. Kenseth went into the inside wall. Both cars damaged a lot.
And guess who is the big beneficiary of all this, leading them down to the caution? Jeff Green. Well, Kenseth's car has gone straight to the garage.
Oh, it's crashed. He hit that outside wall a ton.
And you see the right front wobbly on Earnhardt's.
Okay, he's got some broken parts in the suspension on the right side of that car as he goes down the back straightaway.
Here it is.
You see him losing the back right there. Earnhardt Jr. starts to wiggle right there.
Gets loose up off the corner here.
Right here, he slips and gets right up into the 17.
Neil didn't hit the wall. He brushed it. He'll be able to continue on.
They'll have to work on him now.
Kenseth, on the other hand. Ooh.
There's the contact. Now watch Earnhardt Jr. go up, and he hit pretty good there.
From that angle, he hit much harder than I thought. Yeah.
Larry Mack?
That's a shame.
I'm down here in the garage area.
Back to Larry in a moment. There's a look at what is left of the Robbie Reiser car.
That's a crying shame to have a car that good, have it torn up like that. My goodness.
Radio's got him right now.
All right, Larry.
Okay, I'm here with Matt Kenseth. Matt, we talked before the race. You told me what you had to do. This wasn't what you was looking for today. What happened out there?
We were doing it. I mean, it was real simple. Three car just wrecked me. It's real unfortunate. He's a good friend of mine, but it was uncalled for. He knew that we had him beat today. It was an outside groove, and just holding my own line, he just ran up in the side of me and wrecked me. So, not the first time he run into me. I just hope they utilize the penalty box today and make it fair for everyone.
That's the story from the guy chasing Dale Earnhardt Jr., Glenn.
Yeah, he's got a real problem. He came down pit road. Now, notice he went way out against the wall right before he got to his pit, and then he turned it and came right on through the pits. Evidently, he has no brakes. He did not check the brakes when he came down pit road. I'm going to get a report from my spotter.
He told him, he said, come down pit road 10 spots away.
Yeah, they're going to have to run up about 10 spots away is what he's telling them on the radio and help to try to stop the car. They're going to cut the car off, and he'll be coasting, but they're going to have to try to stop the car. Maybe he can leave it in gear and stop it that way with the clutch.
Third DNF for Matt Kenseth up this season. Still under caution, Dale Earnhardt Jr. still on pit road, Glenn Jarrett.
Yeah, Mike, when he came down pit road, as we said, he cut the thing off and had it coasted, and the guys had to run out of everybody in the crew. Now they're in a big argument with the NASCAR official. Tony Eury is really hot. He just threw a wrench and hit the glass on the car. There's bad trouble in the right front. I can see the brake pads off the right front laying over here. I can't see everything about what they're doing, but I do know that they got bad problems on the right side, and I see part of the brake rotor laying out there right outside the car on pit road, so they're not real happy. Everybody down here is really upset. Tony Eury is probably madder than anybody. They're getting a brake rotor and a complete wheel assembly. Now they're carrying it out to put on the car to change that, so he's going to be here for a while longer. The caution flag was extended for another lap. They still got problems on the racetrack. So
well, Glenn,
if there's any good thing about it, Mike, it is that it's still under caution.
The problem on the racetrack was also his causing. It was the rest of that brake rotor and hat, maybe even part of the hub as well. I mean,
well, they're just not. They're telling them they can't go back out without the brakes fixed, is what they're telling them, which is in effect holding them.
Here's what they're talking about. This is the brake rotor right there. Yeah. You see the cooling area right there. Those are the fans that cool the brakes, and yeah, you're not going anywhere once that rotor breaks like that. You could see the problem they're having with that car right now. The right front wheel was towed way out, The rear looked like it was off track just a little bit. They'll have to string that car. You can see the right front right there. It's not even close to being lined up with the right rear.
Glenn's down there, Glenn.
Yeah, you're exactly right, buddy. That's one of the things when you change the spindle, you got to realign all that stuff. What they did was bolted the spindle on, sent Dale Jr. back out there to see just how bad it was. And you could obviously see it when he came down here. The toe is way, way off on the car. Dale could not keep the car down on the racetrack. It was pretty dangerous looking. In fact, the lap before he came down the front straightaway, went all the way down on the apron and back up on the racetrack. So pretty treacherous driving out there. They've got to string it and completely reset the toe in now.
This great race here between Michael and Adam. But one thing about a wrecked race car on a track like this, if it can't keep up and can't stay out of the way, they need to park it because there's only really 1 or 2 grooves around here.
Trouble front straightaway. It's 2 cars, 3 cars spinning. Jason Keller is one of them. A 3-car crash. Brad Loney is involved. And a tough break for the 77 of Chad Chapin. The whole nose is torn off that car.
Well, we're down here with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's crawled out of his car. Dale, can you tell me what happened between you and Matt Kenseth?
Yeah, I was probably running too hard for that point of the race. Matt definitely had a faster car than I did. And every once in a while I'd see him get loose. I'd trying to make a charge to get by him and lead some laps, but got up underneath him going into 1 and through the middle of the corner and up off of 2. I got loose and overcorrected and turned into him and took us both out. I'd say he definitely had the better car, and he was probably going to end up winning the race, so I killed his chances of doing that. And I feel pretty bad about it. I mean, me and Matt got along pretty good ever since we started racing together, and friends don't do that kind of stuff to their other friends, so I feel pretty bad about it. But you know, killed his race car and tore ours up pretty good, and we definitely would have finished 2nd or 3rd or something like that. So I probably should have just been riding behind him a little bit.
You know, Dale, most of us will never have the opportunity to battle with friends on the racetrack like you and Matt, and you're going to go through things like this, and you two are both developing your careers. What happens now? Do you two talk about it? What goes through your minds? Do you guys hang out? What happens next?
Well, I see how in this situation I was in the wrong, so it's up to him to do what he wants to do. I mean, if he wants to hold a grudge against me, that's his, you know, his decision, and I'd be the same way. I'd be pretty upset about it, so I imagine he is, and it might take him a while to get over it, or he may never, but when we race, you know, when you race out on the racetrack, especially for the points championship, we got teams and car owners behind us wanting us to go hard all the time, so the pressure's on both of us, but I made a mistake and it cost us.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will leave here with the point lead. 12 to go this time.
Jimmy's actually losing a lot of time off the turn, and Dale Jr.'s hung up back here trying to get around the 31 car, so everything's working Kurt Busch's way right now.
Just like it played out for Elliott Sadler here 1 year ago.
Not so sure the caution wasn't a good thing. Larry cooled the tires off, let him get his breath, think it over, have at it.
When you're on that hot of tires, definitely a little cool down period don't help them none at all, hurt them none at all.
Still there.
155,000 people here today, and I'll bet no more than 100 left before the checkered flag. And Robbie
what are they doing here?
gets in the back of Junior.
What happened was the 31 car raced the 8 car all those last few laps there and held him up. And Dale Jr. got into him back here coming down pit road. And Robbie just turned him around. Take Dick, go Dick, go Dick.
All right, we got a little problem down here, little altercation with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and a couple of other folks. Dale, what's cooking?
Damn 31 wouldn't get out of the way. Lap down, racing the leaders with 10 laps to go, but that's why that's why it takes 3 or 4 times for him to finally get into the West Cup Series, because he don't pay attention, he don't know what he's doing.
Wow, second fight in 2 days down here on pit road.
Yeah, the second in 2 years here after the checkered flag at Bristol. Whammo. Last year it was Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart.
Hey, Rob, man, you stir shit up.
This year it's Robbie Gordon and Earnhardt Jr. Yesterday it was everybody.
But you heard the spotter right there, and that's I'm gonna put my crew chief hat on. I don't like that because there's a fabricator back at that shop now has to fix that race car.
He bent the whole race and didn't bend it up too bad.
With Robbie Gordon, Robbie, what happened at the end of the race with Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
I don't know why he would be running into me after the race. I mean, he's the one that knocked me sideways early, and he tried to run me into pit wall, so I hit him back. You know, we had a good car all day. Singular car was a good car. Jeff Gordon snookered me at the start. You know, that was unfortunate. I mean, he started to go, and then he stopped and let me let me get a stop and go. So, you know, it's just the way it goes. You know, Bristol's always exciting. I got to be honest, I had a lot of fun today. The car worked really good. We had a car that was easily good as a top 10 car. Just got to be up there to run there, and it's just really hard to get through traffic.
Robbie, this may be a dumb question. Is this a frustrating place to race?
It is, because so many times you can be as a victim of circumstance. Like, I was running along just fine, and Dale Jr. decided to, you know, move me out of the groove. I lost 20 positions right there at that point. So, you know, I didn't quite understand why he did that early in the race, and then after the race, why he ran into me again on the side. So I don't know what I did to make him mad, but hey, nobody runs into me.
Thanks, Robbie. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
It took 48 races for Kurt Busch to finally win his first Winston Cup race, and he picked a great place to do it. As you said, fearless numerous times. Jeff, how about the incident afterwards? This is how it started when Dale Earnhardt Jr. bumped Robbie Gordon, and then after the race, Robbie Gordon retaliated.
Well, again, this is Bristol. Earnhardt Jr. felt like he was done wrong. He didn't have an opportunity to come back. This is what happens, but I disagree with what these guys are doing. This race is over with. You got a problem with one another, get out and settle it man to man. This here is being disrespectful to the teams. You could hurt somebody on pit road, and I don't agree with that.
Trouble in front.
But he is worried about the guys behind him.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ward Burton were racing for 12th spot. Now Ward's in the wall. And the caution flag is out again.
And where Ward crashed, looked like he may have gotten some help.
Almost identically the same spot that his teammate Hut Strickland crashed.
Exactly.
Tell him we get.
Yeah, I think you're gonna. If you would have heard the end of that,
yeah, it wouldn't be good.
If we can get this thing fixed, we're coming back out after him. You know, one of the hardest places I've ever hit was Martinsville. Lost my race going into 3. All those half-mile racetrack, you crash hard.
He didn't even take the helmet off to get out of the car.
No, he's mad.
Yep.
And he's looking for who did it.
Here, I'll talk to the 22 guy up here.
That was Ty Norris, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car.
I tried to get out of it. He kind of, you know, was abrupt on his entrance. Didn't give me much time. I mean, if he's going to cut me off, tell him not to, you know, give me a little bit of time to get out of the gas, or he's going to get spun out. All right, I'll talk to him.
That ain't going to do any good, Ty.
No.
No.
The emotions are running very, very high right now.
I'd talk to him maybe next Friday.
Yeah, at Darlington. And now the call goes out on the NASCAR radio for the driver and crew chief of the 22 to go to the big red truck when the race is over.
That big red truck is going to be busy, I think.
Oh, it's going to be.
All right, let's see if we can see what happened and why Ward is so upset. On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Come off turn 2, start down the backstretch. Jr. gets a run. He thinks he has enough, but just barely makes contact with Ward, and bam, in the wall.
And Ward Burton was forced to go to the infield care center. Ward, what happened?
Junior just didn't take his time. I mean, we've been giving and taking out there all day. I got some really good words for him, but I can't say it on TV, but I got to just control myself right at the moment.
You sent a nice message, though, with the throw.
I wish I had something I could shot through the window.
And Ward's pretty good with those things, too. So that
Junior probably should be glad he didn't have anything to shoot through the window.
Well, Dave, this is one tired young man, Dale Earnhardt Jr., talking it over with Tony Eury Sr. You had a very fast car there at the end, but no track position.
We did all right. You know, it's we really stepped up communication between me and Tony Jr., and everybody just seems to be feeding off of it. We're really getting along real well. Last couple of weeks, we just bore down, you know, as a team. And I tell you what, man, it's a hard race to stay after it. You know, we had a lot of things kind of, we had a good car, you know, and it's better than I thought it was, so I was real happy.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes home third, Alan.
This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In the description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.
We got trouble at the entrance to pit road. Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt Jr. just tangled coming onto the pit stops. Look at the damage to Junior's car.
That's a lot of damage.
Knock the left front fender in.
Man, watch this. They're trying to come to pit road. Ryan Newman fakes. Harvick's coming in. Rusty decides to go back out, but Junior's there.
That's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. What a mess. All right, Bill.
Well, you can imagine the conversation on the radio after that. Nobody very happy. Junior's on pit road. They go to the right side first. They're going to put the tires on. Then they'll have to come around to the left side. They're calling for hammers. They'll have to bang that sheet metal out around the left front, work on the lower front portion of the grill. They have to lift the car up to slide the jack underneath it because the tires are flat. They get it up, get the jack underneath. They got a lot of work ahead of them. They were running so well. In fact, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was joking with his crew that he was upset that they didn't let him pit last time. Now he's on pit road with big time problems here in Michigan. They want a bigger hammer, BP. That's never good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think they want to go down to the 2 pit with that hammer.
So after the charge through the field from 39th up into the top 10, Junior's got a messed up race car. Here's his onboard view of this.
Gotta see what's there. Get out.
Oh, man. Man, I'd be hot.
No turn signals on these cars.
No, the blinker wasn't working.
Matt, why did Rusty all of a sudden decide to go back on the track?
Well, Benny, the original game plan, they were just going to do a gas and go, no tires. When crew chief Billy Wilburn saw that the 12, their teammate Ryan Newman, was staying out, he called no pit, no pit, no pit, but it was too late. And that's when the contact was made.
There's a lot of ways to lose one of these races.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Hey, we told you at the beginning, watch out for trouble on pit road.
And that will affect the handling of Rusty's car quite a bit there as well. It doesn't. 8 cars got a lot of damage on the left front, which probably would be worse in his case.
Well, I got to say, this is the best race I've seen here in a long time.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., that 8 car was sideways off turn 4. I don't even think he ever got out of the throttle.
Couldn't.
No, lifters are losers here.
That's it.
Robbie Gordon in the mix now in 5th place, that bright orange singular car.
Trying to get up with his teammate.
Kevin Harvick.
But look at the outside line. Jamie McMurray in the 42 car. Michael Waltrip in the 15. He's fighting his way back up.
Gordon inches ahead.
Right there is where Junior is so strong. Sailing off into the
trouble.
turn.
1 car around, and it's Brian Vickers.
All right, the caution is out. And we are past the red flag lap. We are past the red flag lap. But remember, the field was frozen when the caution flag came out.
And who at that moment was the leader? We'll have to go back and see.
It would be obviously either Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 or Jeff Gordon in the 24.
Brian Vickers able to drive away after bringing out the 11th caution of the day in turn 3.
Well, there's no debris, there's no problem with the racetrack. I mean, I can't imagine we can't get this thing back started here with 4 laps to go.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution, which NASCAR defines as when the flag waves or the lights come on. They have scoring loops around the track to look at positions of the various cars and video replays to aid them in resetting the field. Can they reset it in time?
Yeah, and based on the last couple of restarts with the 8 car Dale Jr., I don't know if they have to go green-white checker if he can get up to speed as quick as some of these other guys seem to be able to.
Even though NASCAR was sorted out, as you see these 2 guys behind the pace car, both of them want up there. They want behind. They want to be the first car behind that pace truck.
We are at a point where the red flag would no longer be displayed to stop this race, sort things out. They do announce in the drivers' meeting the last lap on which that could happen, and we have passed that point. So either we gather the field up for a restart, or they take a look at how they were running at the moment of caution to decide the finish.
And when you are challenging the call, you pull up beside the guy. So how many challenges do we have here?
Jeff Gordon will be the leader.
And I think they just told the crowd that too.
Scoreboard has not yet changed to reflect that, but that is what we're being told as of the moment of caution.
So we pretty much know if we're going to get back racing, we have to get one to go this next time.
Oh boy, that could be disastrous.
And for that to happen, NASCAR needs to make sure that the track is clear and that the field is aligned.
I don't know.
27 lead lap cars.
Looks like the flagman is pretty well committed to the yellow flag. I don't see him going for the green. It happens occasionally, and it's unfortunate that you know, we have to end the thing under caution, but it's for everybody's best interest.
The last restart I remember here at Talladega that they gave with 1 lap to go ended up with Rusty Wallace upside down while battling Dale Earnhardt for the lead on a 1-lap shootout. Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Robbie Gordon, 5 Chevrolets lead the Fords of Mark Martin and Jeff Burton, the Dodges of Casey Mears and Jamie McMurray, and Bobby Labonte's Chevrolet. They will be the top 10 if they're able to complete this final lap at what looks like an agonizingly slow 70 miles per hour. White flag. Now Tony Stewart will be 22nd, just could not gain any ground after having to make that
Free all over the place out there just watching.
that final stop. And that's what NASCAR was concerned about. A lot of debris on the racetrack.
All Budweiser cans.
However, that debris has come from that section of the grandstand. That's a sad commentary. The fans, of course, they want to see a green flag finish. Safety of the drivers, though, is paramount. And Jeff Gordon will win the Aaron's 499 over Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Robbie Gordon.
Here at Talladega, fans throwing debris out onto the track, upset with Jeff Gordon winning under the caution flag. And we'll hear from Jeff Gordon in just a moment. Earnhardt Jr. for the most, Jeff Gordon came in tied with Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the most restrictor plate wins among active drivers with 6. He now has 7 after winning here. Let's get down to victory lane with Jeff and Matt Yoka.
And the DEI Talladega streak ends at 5 as Jeff Gordon wins his first restrictor plate points paying race since this event back in the year 2000. A big win for the 24 guys. Despite how big to beat the DEI guys.
Woo, man, thank God somebody did. I didn't want to do it that controversial. I tell you, the Pepsi boys put it on the beer boys today, but I tell you what, wow, what an amazing day. What a great race. This package that we have here is incredible. I'm so happy that NASCAR's picked what they have here and makes for great racing, and it's about the safest thing as we could possibly have out there too. But man, I tell you what, it was hairy and just staying out of trouble. Got to thank DuPont, of course, Pepsi, GMAC, Quaker State. Who else do we have on here?
Well, in a real demonstration of class, Dale Earnhardt Jr. stopped at the on the win, and everybody else in the top 5 that has pushed by here, you've reached around to congratulate them. But let's talk about the finish. Was the decision by NASCAR correct? Did Gordon win the race as far as you're concerned?
Well, I mean, I'm biased, of course, but I felt like I was ahead of him before the light came on, and certainly, I mean, if I beat the light, I had to been pretty close on the flag. So, you know, I don't know. I couldn't see the flag stand. I don't know exactly how NASCAR makes their decision on freezing the field, exactly when they freeze it, but I thought I was a miles ahead of him. I didn't even think it was close, but it's a great points day, first or second. So pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, you know, we don't make the decisions or the rules, and we'll listen to what NASCAR has to say. I think Tony Sr. wants to see the film, wants to see what their decision, how they base their decision, and we'll go with that. So we've learned in the past to keep our mouth shut and to keep a better attitude about it, and it was a fun. I mean, I had a blast. I had so much fun. You know, it was a couple times I shouldn't have finished the race, so we were real fortunate just to be where we were at the end.
Like we said, all class. Chris Myers.
All right, thanks, Dick and Junior. The video clearly showing, as we showed at the time, that Jeff Gordon was out in front when NASCAR made the decision. But how about the decision to let it finish under caution for safety reasons?
Well, I mean, that's NASCAR's call, and like I said earlier, I don't really agree with the way things kind of turn out from time to time, and I hate it for the fans over there, but in the interest of safety, that is the reason why this rule has been implemented, and we're going to have to live with it. We're going to have finishes like this from now and then. It's going to turn out like this, so we're going to have to do better as far as the fans are concerned of accepting it.
All right, fans are frustrated. Jeff Gordon is happy. Let's go back down to the track and check in with Jeannie Zelasco.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking for his 5th win at Talladega, works his way back to the front, and Junior, where his father won 10 times.
Oh, we got a car sideways in the
Win number 5, the checker is out, and somebody upside down. Elliott Sadler
again
lands on his wheels.
Yeah, good save right there. You all right?
And for the 5th time in his career, Dale Earnhardt Jr. scores a victory at Talladega. So many drivers, Junior, so many drivers came in here just wanting to survive, but you wanted to use this as a stepping stone to the final 7 races, and you did so in pretty dominating fashion.
Man, I believe in this, man. That car was awesome. We come down pit road, and the yellow come out, and Tony Jr.'s like, two tires, and man, we just smoked them guys that was on them old tires, and the car just drove right around them in the corner. Great engine by DEI, Richie Gilmore, everybody back in the motor shop, the fabrication department, the body was awesome. I beat that front bumper all to hell today, and still there. Budweiser, Remington, all our sponsors. I mean, it's a good win for us, man. It's 5 this year. I just can't believe it.
And that was your goal going in, and you unofficially take over the championship point lead again.
Hell yeah, man. We just want to keep on doing good, man. 1 race at a time. We might just win it.
What does it mean to win here, not only once, but to win here 5 times?
Well, it don't mean shit right now. Daddy's done won here 10 times, so I got to do a little more, do more winning, but we're going to get there. And he was the master. I'm just following his tracks.
And he's following it very well, Bill.
And certainly our apologies for his enthusiastic language in victory lane.
A big crash in turn number 1. One car got loose entering the corner and collected Dale Earnhardt Jr. in a big way. And there are 4 cars involved. There is Bobby Labonte, who is one of 4, and there is Brian Vickers, also down on the apron. I believe we'll find one other car with damage as a result of this crash going into turn 1. And Vickers throwing his arms up. There it is, Ricky Rudd.
Looked like there was smoke off of a car. I don't know if there was any contact. There was quite a bit of smoke as we looked off into turn 1.
Entering turn 1, lap 13.
Oh, yeah, there was smoke, all right.
That was a hard lick.
It really was, and boy, Junior just tried to move up a little too quickly and caught the back of Vickers' car. Not sure what he was thinking.
All the drivers have climbed out and are okay.
There was just nowhere for Ricky Rudd to go in a 21 car.
Time now for a Visa race break. Kyle Petty leading on lap 17 to lap 12. Caution comes out in turn 1. When you say hit me in Vegas, Brian Vickers telling Dale Earnhardt Jr. doesn't mean this. Steve Burns is with both of them. Steve?
And they have both just come from the infield care center, guys, both to see you okay. Brian, what happened on the racetrack?
I guess that'd be a better question for Junior. You know, we had a good car. The GMAC.com Chevy team was doing a good job. You know, we had trouble in qualifying, but we had a great race car and was just trying to work way to the front. It's just it's just shame. It's early in the race for stuff like that. But accidents happen. Hey, we've all made mistakes. Dale apologized, and we'll put our stuff back together and go next week.
All right, thank you, Brian. And Dale, again, he said that you apologized. What happened from your point of view?
I got in the corner too hard. I was kind of letting him go on the outside, and just trying to be impatient if I could. And he got off in the corner a lot easier than I expected him to. I just got in the back of him and turned him around, and just took us both out. Really, pretty much simple as that. Just made a mistake, and hated for Brian, hated for Hendrick Motorsports and all those guys. Brian looked like he had a good car. We was a little bit loose, but I felt like I was, going to be all right for as far as the race goes. But just a shame. I mean, don't try not to pride myself and make too many mistakes, but made a big one today.
Thanks for your honesty and your time. Thank you, Dale.
Pace car to pit road. One chance for a green-white checkered finish. 2 laps to go when they get the green. Carl Edwards leads. Robbie Gordon second. Earnhardt, Mears, Kenseth, and Martin.
Hey, what? Robbie Gordon got a pretty good restart right there. Everybody else is doing a little bit of that mirror driving we talked about earlier, but Robbie got a good restart. He's right on the back. He's going to take a look, and Earnhardt's going to be up on the high side. Carl Edwards has got his mirrors full. He's a little bit loose off of 2. He's sideways.
Carl Edwards is around.
And he got turned. Oh.
Caution flag is out. The race is over.
Get fired up, get around here.
We'll have to wait and get the official scoring. We'll wait on word from NASCAR. Earnhardt in the 8. Robbie Gordon in the 88. On board with Earnhardt.
Be an interesting shot. There you go. He's got a really good run right here. Now watch Carl's car get loose. Right there he gets loose. Junior's got a good run, and you know he gets in the back of the bumper and turns him. I mean, there's no two ways about it, but a lot of things happened at once there.
NASCAR is going to hold cars 8 and 88. They're going to look at the finish, or where the race finished. Again, one attempt at green-white checkers. If the caution comes out, and here comes Carl Edwards back out on the track.
Carl runs into the 8 car.
And he waved to him. See you tomorrow, I think he said.
Getting some information now about this contact between Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Carl came on the radio, said obviously the 8 hit me. He was requesting NASCAR black flag Dale Earnhardt Jr. That is the debate down in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. pit. They got word Carl had made that request, and now they're debating as to whether or not that should be the call. Carl obviously very upset when he came to pit road, parked right in front of the 8 pit, then went back out on the track and obviously made contact with the 8 car himself. So that's the debate going on down here on pit road amongst the 8 and 60 teams.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can put yourself in each one of these guys' position. I mean, Carl Edwards was in the lead and felt like he got turned, he got taken out. So you got an angry race car driver that's going to go out and try to settle the score right now with Junior.
This is on board with Earnhardt. NASCAR has requested the 8, the 88, and the 60 all meet for a conference after the race in the NASCAR hauler. There's Carl. I'm okay, he says.
You know.
Car 8 to victory lane. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the race winner.
It's the winner. Nice job.
Yeah, and Bristol's next week. This is Michigan.
Well, and Carl's had a few run-ins.
And he hasn't. And the thing is, it hasn't been Carl's fault. I mean, Pocono was not his fault. And this deal here, I mean, he's sitting there racing for the win. The car gets a little bit loose, and he gets turned. So, I mean, rightfully, he should be pretty ticked off.
Matt?
Well, 2 different issues here. First, Bill, Carl, let's talk about the incident between yourself and Junior.
Oh, I just was, man, I was having a good time racing. Our Henkel guys did a great job. And he just wrecked me off 2. So I just want to make sure, you know, he knew that I was mad that he wrecked me. But, oh, well, that's racing. I don't know what else to say, man.
And you requested that they review the video.
Well, I'm sure, you know, NASCAR had a meeting with us the other day, Tony and I, and said they weren't going to stand for that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I hope Dale's, I don't know what to say. It's racing. I was just upset.
Did you get too loose off of turn 2? The video looks like you got a little loose off of 2.
We broke something. I think it was traction. So we'll see. I mean, it's just.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I ain't going to get mad. I've had enough stuff happen lately. I'm just having a good time, and I just want to make sure he knew that I was upset there. We'll see what happens.
All right, thanks.
Message delivered. 22nd NASCAR Busch Series win for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to victory lane.
And Bill, we waited down here to see who would actually be ushered into victory lane. It was Dale Earnhardt Jr. Okay, so where do we want to start? Good race car or exciting fast last lap?
Yeah, that was a little crazy. I know Carl's really mad, but we got a run off that corner, and he was sideways, and I don't know if he was going to hit the wall or whatever, but he just checked up, and we got in the back end of him, and I'm sure he's mad and thinks we wrecked him on purpose, but it was the last lap or the second last lap. We was racing pretty hard there. If I got disqualified, 88 would have won anyway, so it would have been a good deal either way.
Yeah, you win either way, so this is not a bad day.
Not too bad. I'm real proud of Menards and Tony Sr. and all the guys give me a real good car. We weren't good when it counted there at the end. We got tight, and Carl had the best car, but don't always work out that way.
Two questions. One, is it okay for you to win having bumped someone out of the way?
Well, it probably divides. I mean, we got a great core of fans, but that definitely is going to divide them right down the middle. So.
Second question, was Carl's response to you to let you know that he was disappointed in you okay?
No, not really. I had my hand out the window after the race, and he could have took my hand off. So luckily, nothing. He didn't. But pretty stupid. But I've seen him do it before, so I should have known.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. winner today. Exciting end of the race, guys, and Jr. is the one who is in victory lane.
Vickers wants to go. Eight getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior.
Oh, no! There's 25. Hook to 48. It takes out Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
So is it going to be the 25 or the 9?
There are 19 scoring loops around the track. NASCAR will use scoring loops and videotape to determine the race winner. The checkered flag is out. Checkers and yellow out at Talladega.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Not going to be a popular win for the 25. It is.
Ray Evernham, owner of the 9 car. And, this damage came from hitting the 8 car in the left door on the 48.
Jimmy Johnson.
Okay, the 48 gets a run. He goes to turn out. The 25 goes with them and just hooks the back of Jimmy Johnson's car. Jimmy Johnson, as he's wrecking, gets into the 8 car. 8 car just an innocent bystander on that deal.
Now watch the 48 go in the left door. The left rear tire, actually.
We're still waiting for NASCAR to declare a winner. Vickers thinks it's him. We wait for word from NASCAR. Dave?
With Tony Eury Jr., crew chief for Dale Jr. Looks like you were going to get teamed up on anyway, but you didn't expect to get wrecked.
No, I mean, that was it was just a bad deal. I mean, that's racing. I hate it for a point state. That was the biggest deal. We knew we might finish third, but Brian was just a little eager to get his first win or whatever. But my hat's off to Chad and them guys. I mean, Jimmy he's matured a lot in the last year as far as a driver on these restrictor plate races. So it's not his fault. It's just Brian was a little bit anxious. But that's the way it goes. We just got to keep our chin up and dig for this championship. Just glad DEI's back on the restrictor plate deal. But my boys in the motor shop just keep digging. We'll get them.
All right, true emotion here from the 8 camp today. Didn't win, Bill.
And Brian Vickers did. That's the word from NASCAR. Brian Vickers is the race winner. And keep in mind that Brian Vickers and Jimmy Johnson are teammates at Hendrick Motorsports. And Vickers is leaving that team at the end of this season. Is not allowed in team meetings and hasn't been for a while at Hendrick. Chevy congratulates Brian Vickers and the 25 Monte Carlo SS on another great team victory. 25 of the last 34 NASCAR Manufacturers Championships and counting. Chevy, an American revolution. Marty?
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s climbed from the car. The 8 Budweiser Chevy is very damaged. He's going to take off his helmet, take a moment to cool down here, and explaining things to his guys here. Junior, he wants a second. He's going to take his booties off. Obviously upset, leading on the final lap. Handshake from Tony Eury Sr. on a race that was very well run. And certainly not the end that he wanted. Clearly had the best car today. And I know that's a disappointing one to take. Walk me through what was going on with the 48.
Well, he was just waiting till the last lap. Very smart move on his part, and they had a good run coming at the end of the race here. And as you see right there, they got a good push together, working really good together there. And I knew it was just really not going to be much I could do. He went to the inside here, and I tried to block him a little bit. But once I understood that he was there, I didn't push the issue anymore, and the 25 turned him into me. So, I mean, Brian just, you know, excited there. I hated for a 48 and hated for our team. We had a great car and not really that upset. I mean, you know, it's just the way racing goes here, and sometimes you come out on the good end of those deals. I'm really happy Brian got his first win, and for Rick Hendrick and everybody, but, you know, just unfortunate we tore our car. My guys really wanted to win today.
This will be a big hit in the championship standings real quick, Junior.
Yeah, ain't much I could have done about it. Believe me, I tried to save it.
All right, Junior did the best he could, Bill, but ends up with a wrecked race car.
Thank you, Marty. Well, Brian Vickers has pulled into victory lane, and Alan Bestwick is there.
And we'll hear the reception that Brian will get from his team and from the fans. Brian, your first win. I guess the first thing I need to ask you is, tell me about the last lap.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was it's pretty exciting to get our first win at the GMC Chevy. I said I wanted to get a win for Ricky in this car. I want to dedicate this win to Ricky so bad. Not quite exactly how I planned it. You know, Jimmy had a heck of a run, and I was pushing him. And then when he turned down, I got off of him, and he turned down to pass the 8, and the 8 just kept pushing him down. And when he jerked to avoid the 8, trying to block him, I just got in the back of him. I apologize. That's the last thing I want to do was get into Jimmy and all that take place. But you know, when they chopped him and Jimmy swerved, and I just got him. It's not how I wanted to win it, but it's nice to get a win for this 25 car. It's been a long time.
I was going to say, can you explain the mixed emotions that this must bring for you?
Mixed emotions. You're saying enough. I mean, I'll tell you, there at the last lap, I knew that Jimmy was waiting for the last lap, and I was willing to push him to the front. I didn't expect for us to be able to win. I was looking for us to maybe get a second place, for Jimmy to push Jimmy by the 8, and that'd be it. And but what happened, and you know, it's still nice to get this win. It's not quite how we planned it, but I hate it for Jimmy. I want to apologize to him. Like I said, it just when he swerved to miss the 8, you know, I was there, and it just happened.
You talked about Ricky Hendrick. You are leaving this team in just another 6 races now. Thoughts on finally getting the breakthrough win with the Hendricks?
Yeah, it means all the world. I mean, you know, for like I said, you know, for Jimmy to have to wreck, it's not how I wanted it, but to get this win for Ricky Hendrick and everybody in that plane crash, it just means all the world to me. You know, it was close to me, and you know, I miss him all the world, and we've been wanting to get this win for him for a long, long time. It's good to see the 25 back in victory lane.
Oh, trouble. Kyle Busch, one of the chase contenders, has had back-to-back top 5 finishes, and he is head on to the wall here on lap 27.
It's a weird place to get in a wreck right there at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah, he's parked right at the entry of turn 3 right now at the bottom of the racetrack, and really has wiped the whole front of that car clear off.
Hearing there may have been some contact on the racetrack. Let's see what happened. Did he have some contact from behind?
Oh, looks like Junior really got into the back of him hard.
You know, this is the difference between this car and the car tomorrow. The car tomorrow, the bumpers line up perfect, and it looks like Junior just gave him just a little tap coming down the straightaway to kind of help pick his speed up, and it lifted the back of his car up, and he just flat lost control of it. Like a snowplow, gets under the back of the car and just lifts the rear wheels right off the ground, Andy.
What's going on here? Junior's using that top lane. He's got all that momentum, and I'm not sure that Kyle Busch knew that he was coming on the outside. Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He definitely had the momentum going, and it looks like he could have got him a little tap to get a little assistance down the straightaway like you see a lot. Man, that was a tough one. And folks, that was pretty well. The camera shot kind of showed it right off the turn too, but that was pretty far down the straightaway when that happened.
Kyle Busch was 5th in the points for the chase, just 10 points behind Jeff Gordon. Here they come down pit road 45 miles an hour.
With Kyle Busch now, who's just walked out of the back of his transporter. Kyle, that looked like it came out of nowhere. What happened out there with Junior?
I don't know. He'd have to ask him. I just gave him a lane to try to let him go on the outside because I knew he was going to have a run off the corner, and I got run in the back of and spun out down the back straightaway for absolutely no reason, and it was you know, a pretty stupid move on his part. And obviously, I'm sure these guys that he's going to be working with next year don't really appreciate this because they've got a championship they can win this year and he doesn't. So, you know, I don't know what what he was thinking really or what the problem was, but just is very, very unfortunate for all these Kellogg's CarQuest boys, and the guys do such a great job. We had an awesome car. I thought it was going to be a car that was going to be a top 3 definitely, if not maybe a winning car. Just cruising there, riding around, minding my own business on the bottom, and just got run over.
You've come from behind before in the chase, Kyle. How will you overcome this?
Yeah, right. We'll have to see. I mean, you know, last year we didn't come back. You know, we got to 10th and we ran 10th. So we were running pretty good so far. You know, just we'll have to. You know, we had 2 good races. Now it's a little bit later where we have our trouble. So hopefully we can just keep going the way we were the first 2. Get back on track.
That's a big hit. You okay?
Oh yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing.
That's Kyle Busch. Thanks, Kyle, for your time. Walked out, guys, but obviously very disappointed with the way Junior raced him.
Kyle Busch got a great run off turn 2 down the back straightaway. You know he'll pack it down into turn 3.
Oh, he's boogieing down in there, baby.
But will it stick?
And Junior gives him the bottom. Car washes up. Junebug's got that high line. He wants to run it, but I tell you, that 18's going to get under him right here.
Free to go.
Here he goes.
Junior goes up the hill. Let's see if he can get a bite on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. Oh, I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. No. No.
Now here comes Clint Boyer to take the yellow flag.
Oh, no. And wild thing, Kyle Busch makes contact with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it looks like the drought will continue. Boys, I'll just tell you something. That ain't going to go over too good right there.
No, it's not.
I love the little old boy to death, but that was not a good move right there. I was afraid of that when they got side by side late in the race on the old tires. Racing for the lead, Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming down the backstretch to turn 3. I think you'll just see him. He just gets in there a little too hard, and of course Junior's not cutting him any slack. He's keeping him pinned down, but can't run over the man. That was just unfortunate. I feel sorry for Dale Jr.
With Kyle Busch, what happened?
It was just a bummer deal. You know, we were both racing hard there, and you know, Denny Hamlin first off had the class of the field today. You know, his car was awesome. That FedEx Joe Gibbs Toyota was great, but you know, Junior and I just racing hard there and getting into turn 3. You know, from the front end replay, it looked like he come down a little bit, but you know, it's just a part of racing. I mean, I probably could have moved down a little bit lower getting into the corner. He probably could have moved up higher. I mean, it's just a product of good hard race, and I apologize to those guys. You know, it's tough that they had a great race car tonight, and they probably could have finished, if not winning the race, probably second. But you know, for us and to go on the way that we have so far since all this has gone on has nothing to do with any of that stuff. So, you know, to me, Rick Pigeon coming on down here was a friend of mine and has always been a great friend of Dale Jr. That was a little uncalled for, and it's not all about him all the time. So he'll know what I mean by that.
It was a strong run tonight. Chris?
Well, in the matter of one turn of one lap, Dale Jr.'s feelings had to go from what was probably elation to deflation. Dale Jr., was that a fair racing move, or does Kyle Busch need some extra security leaving Richmond tonight?
Whether it's fair or not, he's going to need some security from all of us. But, you know, I haven't seen the replay. Tony Jr. said he looked like Kyle got loose underneath me, and that happens. I was trying to, I wasn't good on the bottom, so I moved up to the top to run as good as I could up there, and he'd been running the bottom, so I figured we'd race it out. And he got a great run around 1 and 2 and nearly caught by me, but he gave me room on the outside off of 2, so I wouldn't say that was intentional going into 3, because if he wanted to, he could have just run me in the fence off 2. But we'd been racing each other earlier and had no problem, so I think I've done that before if that's what happened, if he got loose underneath me. But you know, the worst part about it is just I've been priding myself on running good all year, and I was in position for a win, and I ran hard and got wrecked. And I had a top 3 car, should finish in the top 3. So I was going for the win. Just ended up on the hook today, so just disappointed.
One thing's for sure, he's going to go to Darlington next week, hungrier than ever.
Wow, even if you're not a Junior fan, you can feel the pain and the streak of now 72 races and 2 years and counting.
And it looks like that 88 car's got some left front damage.
Yeah, definitely. You can see something on that left front right there.
And something just happened out there in this last lap here to cause that.
Watch on the caution lap. Denny Hamlin in the 20.
Ooh, whoa. You think he was trying to warm his tires up? Didn't see him out there?
I kind of think something crazy. That's crazy right there.
I can't believe Hamlin would have just turned into him. He might have been trying to swerve back and forth like he's doing now. Denny, and didn't see him and just run into him accidentally.
Now, what will that do? The damage on the left front fender of the 88, how will that affect the handling of the car?
Well, you got a couple things going on. He could have knocked the toe in out, which would affect the handling for sure. He's also going to probably rub that left front fender on the tire and maybe cut it down. So he's got a couple things going on.
'83 looking out for his teammate, not going to take it, going to go up there and let Denny Hamlin know that he didn't appreciate that little tap on his car.
Yeah, I don't know if Denny did that on purpose. Like Rusty said, it's almost crazy looking the way he may have been trying to warm his tires up. Didn't see Brad out there.
Andy, I got to tell you, when I was driving, I did that many times, weaving the car back and forth, get the debris off the tires. And I did make a mistake one time and did run into a driver accidentally. That could have happened right here.
And awesome to stall them. They're mixing it up down in the pits there.
Boy, Keselowski's team is mad at the 20 team for swerving into him. A lot of heat right there.
Tony Uri Sr. down there.
Somebody's going to punch somebody.
NASCAR officials trying to get in between these two teams.
Well, I'm guessing that contact on the racetrack was not accidental.
Tell you what, that's what happens here at Charlotte. This is a home track, and these guys are all here. Here we go.
You don't think this means something now? These guys are very upset about what happened on the racetrack, and NASCAR trying to get in there to pull them apart. As Kyle Busch tries to celebrate on the racetrack.
Kyle needs to turn around and see what's happening behind him right now. Nobody's paying attention to salute. They're looking at the fight.
Kyle Busch gets the checkered flag, and we will settle what's happening in the pits. When we come back, we're going to find out exactly what's taking place down there and talk to the principals involved. We'll come back and talk to Kyle as well in a moment.
Well, guys, despite all the post-race activities down here, it's been a great night for Brad Keselowski. He's actually on the phone with Rick Hendrick right now, giving him some words of encouragement. Kelly Earnhardt Elledge down here as well, just giving their driver a pat on the back. We'll talk to Brad Keselowski. Here's Dale Earnhardt Jr., of course, team owner. All right, so post-race, we're looking like you could make a run. What happened between you and the 20 car there? A racing incident?
Well, we raced hard, and that's what racing is. That's why fans come and watch it. And he doesn't like when guys race him hard. Well, that's the sport, and that's what I do. And I raced him hard, and he didn't think that was cool, so he decided to take my left front fender off. But it didn't really affect anything in the end. When we got one lap, I might have had a run for him, been able to get to Kyle, but that was about it. But an awesome car, U.S. Navy Chevrolet, best car I've had all year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I got to thank everyone back at the shop and at Junior Motorsports. This was the car we needed to win. We just didn't catch the brakes. So just got to thank all of them.
All right, great run for Brad Keselowski here today at Charlotte. Dave?
And Denny Hamlin continuing to debrief with his team down here. Denny, so often when you get to a situation like we saw at the end of this race, there's a lot happened that we didn't see. What's been going on in the 88 tonight?
Well, ain't nothing we did to him until the very end right there. There was several situations, and I think it's just, him racing in the Nationwide Series, not having any cup experience, learning how to let guys, go at times. And there's many times during the race where I had him cleared except for maybe 2 inches. Instead, he hangs on my right rear quarter and then goes in the corner right on my door. And that pisses drivers off. It's especially guys that know, patience a little bit better than that. And you know, we had a position on him late in the race, and he came from the bottom all the way to the top and cut our nose off just to block us. And we just don't roll like that. It's not the thing to do. And you know, you learn one way or another. But then you know, I was still fine with it. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna talk to him after the race, and then for some reason, you know, he picked my back tires up in the middle of 1 and 2, pulled up beside me, so I retaliated. So you know, you throw a rock, I'm gonna throw a concrete block back. So you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, don't impress me by having your whole crew over here. You know, bring the driver over here and let us talk about it.
All right, they certainly will talk at some point. Denny finished his second. Crew chief Dave Rogers has been called to the NASCAR trailer. Shannon?
Well, I'm here with Dale Earnhardt Jr. You had a front row seat for all of the activities on the track, Junior. Tell me what you saw.
Brad bumped him in the back just a little bit under caution, and Denny knocked a fender off his car, and I'm not happy about that, but hurt Brad's chances of having a good run, but it just tore the fender up. I mean, there was no excuse in it.
All right, so tell me, you saw Brad running up front, possibly getting the lead. What were you thinking as a team owner behind him watching this happen?
When he passed me for the lead, I was like, man, that's a weird feeling. I'm really excited about that for some reason. Don't make sense, but it was his car looked so good out front, in third, wherever he was, in front of me. It was awesome. I'm proud of that team, proud of Tony Sr., all the guys that have stuck with us to get to where we are. We're turning in such a great team.
All right, well, a great night for Junior Motorsports. Alan?
This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In the description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.
And that got a little loose there as you see Dale Jr. dive to the inside. Gonna be able to make it stick down there. Kyle Busch has a little momentum, takes it back.
Remember, these are the two guys that got together with 2 laps to go here in May. It was Junior who was leading and Kyle Busch who was running second.
Well, if this was going on about 185 laps from now, we might see a different scenario as what's going to happen here right now. But I think they're going to race pretty clean at this point in time.
Are you implying that Junior might remember that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know how good his memory is, but I'm pretty sure he can remember back to May. It's really impressive. He's able to hang this time. They've been working on that car. They got together.
And Kyle Busch goes around.
Didn't wait 185 laps, Dale. I guess I was wrong about that.
I think you meant 2 laps.
Twice today, I bet. I don't. That didn't look intentional to me.
That's all right.
It looked like they were just racing hard. Well, Junior wasn't the most popular even before. He's pretty popular right now as these fans stand and cheer here. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough break for Kyle. He's got a lot of damage there. Well, there's certainly going to be different opinions.
One inside, stay low, keep digging there. Caution's not out.
All Kyle Busch knows is he got hit and he wrecked his car.
Let's check out our Allstate Good Hands move of the race. You see Kyle Busch going up across. Look at Tony Stewart just getting by.
Kevin Harvick also.
Jimmy Johnson was there. Tony Stewart was there. And there's the damage on the back of the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Trying to get repairs to the Toyota. He was leading. Now he is on pit road. Caution number 8 on the day. So today's Sprint Cup monster moment. Watch this contact.
I'm telling you, there's no excuse for that right there.
There's not. That's going to be at least a heavy fine, if not more, for David Gilliland.
For more monster moments, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile. Back with a restart here in just a moment.
Got a spin in front of you there. Keep digging there. Got one's coming in there hard behind you. Watch your mirror there. Watch your mirror there. Watch your mirror. Inside, inside. All clear. Good job. TJ, well, you got to call that kind of shit, man. I can't see for like 5 seconds there. I know. I mean, I don't see him spin right when he starts spinning. Well, how can you not see that for all that time? And tell me something about it.
They counted Junior down. He is parked in his pit. The right front tire is over the line. Steve.
Dick, Mark Martin said the tire lasted, but I hate to drive it that way. One round in the left rear, Krista.
The field has been chasing the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas, and they have been chasing the weather. Cheers erupted when that caution came out. They knew they were ready for tires, 4 tire change for both cars.
Now they're going to hold that 88 car.
They are.
Because they went ahead and made the pit stop with that right front tire on the line. Second mistake of the day for that group.
And about the 4th this week.
The line is out of bounds. The right rear is the only tire allowed to be on or over the line. Here's Junior coming in, and he's way outside where the signboard was, and you see the official motioning, you're not in the box. So you will sit there and serve a penalty.
One lap.
Yikes. Pace car peels off, and we're set to restart the Daytona 500 with 77 laps to go, as Larry pointed out. Now there are some cars on the tail end of the lead lap in front of the race leader, who shows as Elliott Sadler with Reed Sorensen, then Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, and Carl Edwards. Sorensen driving the famed number 43 that Richard Petty took to victory lane here 7 times.
And all of those cars are cars that had made green flag stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim of this pileup. Let's ride with Junior.
To push you. On the bottom, 3 wide. 2 outside. 2 outside there. Go low. Go low. Go low.
Mike, Brian Vickers has had an opportunity to see 2 different angles of the incident. So what is your take now?
I had the best angle the first time. You know, I really hate it for the Red Bull guys. We had a good car all day. You know, we're all racing for the lucky dog there, and you know, my goal is to keep Junior behind me. And I went to block him. I beat him to the yellow line. You know, and then he just turned us. You know, he hit me the first time on the way down there, which is fine. You know, we all do that. And then when he came back up, he just hooked me in the left rear. And typically NASCAR penalizes. I think the 38 was penalized 5 laps yesterday for doing the same thing. You know, I guess they're not going to penalize him for it, but it's kind of sad. I mean, you know, to wreck somebody intentionally like that in front of the entire field is really kind of dangerous. I mean, that's my biggest problem with it. But apparently he wanted a caution pretty bad. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, thanks.
Vickers out of the race, along with Kyle Busch, Jamie McMurray, from that incident.
Well, the way this thing's unfolded, I mean, it's pretty easy to stay on the lead lap, and a lot of cars have been able to do that.
Now what's going to be interesting is we have a battle right here between Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, Jimmy Johnson, his teammate in the 48. Both those cars a lap down, both of them fighting for the free pass.
Paul Menard hits the wall hard, and that wreck actually started about 10 cars in front of Menard. A black and yellow car, may have been Jeff Burton, got into the wall in 2, and everybody backed up from there. Let's start this going off into turn 1.
We'll see a car. I think it's
there's Menard,
but it's I think the car that got in trouble is Burton right here. I think he goes up and almost, yeah, see, he gets into the 78. They make contact. You see parts flying off of the back of Burton's car there, the 31, and
Menard's a victim.
Just tried to get by and didn't quite make it.
But you're right, Mike. It all started way back in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Burton just started up the hill, and 78 Regan Smith's there. They make contact, 77-00. But here comes Menard.
Regan Smith came down on Menard just a little bit, trying to dodge Jeff Burton in the 31.
And actually turned Menard to the right.
Dick Berggren drafting Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well, I'm trying to keep up with him going down pit road. Junior, what happened out there with you and Vickers?
I got a run on him, and he saw me coming. I had a big old run on him, and I went to the inside. I didn't try to make no late move and try to, you know, make some surprise or anything. I just kind of eased on over, and he went to block me and hit me in the fender and sent us both off to sent me down toward the grass, and trying to recover my car, I got back into him coming back up the racetrack. But I don't hate it, you know, for him, but everybody else got wrecked.
Was that accidental?
Yeah, it was accidental. I wouldn't want to wreck the field. I mean, he drove me down almost into the grass. I was just trying to get back up on the racetrack.
And Jeff Burton and you had conversation. What was that about?
Well, I was trying to get my lap back, and I made it 3 wide, put him in the middle sometime or another on a restart, and he got shuffled back toward the back and wrecked, and he was upset at me for making it 3 wide, and I should have worked with him, you know, all that. But it's rain's coming, time to try to win the race. You know what I mean? Try to get on back on the lead lap. And we had a pit stop where our right front tire, I was told, was only 1 inch on the line, and I got penalized a lap for that. I don't feel like that's a fair trade, but maybe it's time we reevaluate that rule. And so I had to run hard, and you know, Vickers could have just held his ground. I had a great run. I was a lap car anyways. I wasn't battling for the lead, but he drove us down into the grass almost, and I didn't have much control over my car after that.
Oh, trouble down here, Dale Jr. in turn 4, guys.
And the caution is out with 12 laps to go.
Okay, Mr. Crew Chief.
For Junior, who's
Earn
led
your keep.
63
not
laps
the caution
tonight.
that Alan Gustafson and Mark Martin wanted to see.
No. And he races a 4-second lead over Tony Stewart.
So now what do? You take 2, do you take 4, do you stay out?
Now let's show you what happened. Is the handling was going away on Dale Jr.'s car. This is 1 lap before the crash. And this is onboard Dale Jr. Did that car snap loose, or was there contact?
I believe you'll see right here there was a little bit of contact. But
Casey Mears
Jr. he had his hands full without any help from anybody. That's been 2 cars tonight, a good car and a bad car.
What's supposed to be the cool down lap, watch this as Dale Earnhardt Jr. turns Casey Mears around. And before they get to the garage area, here comes Mears back at him. Pow.
So evidently, now we kind of know who was involved back on lap 301.
Oh, yeah. Evidently. I think we found the suspects.
Hamlin now trying to go underneath. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the wall.
Here, hold the brake there, guys. I'm coming. Hold the brake.
He was running in 4th position. The car got high off.
Yeah, I noticed he really couldn't get through turns 1 and 2 as good as he wanted, and I'm thinking maybe he got hit up here. He's got in the middle of 3.
Yeah, he got very high coming off turn 2 on the restart, and they backed up behind him, and then going down the backstretch and went into 3, and the thing just went sideways on him.
And that's unfortunate. They had such a good day.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, they need a good day, and they had one going today for sure. Man, that's unfortunate.
Mark Martin hated to see that too, because he had cleared himself. He chose the right lane.
Radiator's knocked out of it.
See if we can see what happened to the 88 car.
Could have possibly got a little help from the 00 right there. Got there kind of late from that angle.
Still inside. That's your door down there. Lock it tight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It looked like Rudeman got loose going into that corner on the inside of the 88.
Got turned by 00. Hold the brake there, guys. I'm coming.
See a lot going on there. You saw the smoke coming off the 11 from locking the wheels up. And you see them all jammed up, and Rudeman gets into the left rear.
There's definitely some contact there. Now.
Dale, definitely disappointed, already climbed out of your car. We saw the spin, Dale. Can you tell us how that happened?
Well, if you saw it, you know what happened. The 00 can't hold his line, went down in the bottom of the corner and lost it, running the side of my car and spun me out. So I know that he can't hold his line, and I should have known that, but I got to run hard and try to win. Some people you just can't race side by side with. So I'm pretty disappointed. We had a pretty good run. I want to thank my guys and Amp Energy and Mountain Dew and National Guard. We had a real good car, a fabulous car all day long. We were probably one of the best cars here. And working real hard all day, just trying to run best we can. And David just run out of talent down there.
Thanks, Dale, guys.
Mark Martin's pit crew gained him a spot on pit road their last visit. Mark said the track bar adjustment didn't really allow the car to react like he wanted, so they're going to go a wedge adjustment on this stop on the 5. The car still not quite where he needs it on the free side. Kristen.
The communication with the 88 right before the caution came out, all of your corners look good. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s request, don't do anything to hurt the center.
Kurt Busch will be first off pit road, and there's a log jam right behind him.
I believe we had a little rolling of the dice by Todd Parrott, that 17 car. It did. You see 13 spots with Matt Kenseth. Going to do a little science project here with about 175 laps to go, see how it works.
What's up with Dale Jr.
That's what I was wondering.
At turn 2.
Like he's going to the rear of the field.
He's too fast entering pit road. Penalized to the end of the line for the restart. Junior was in 5th place.
Well, this is a very long pit road as we document it. Starts in turn 2, goes all the way back to turn 1, 35 miles an hour, and you have to do it in the curve on the apron as well. So we've had a lot of speeding penalties here today. You know, a couple of cars back there just inside the top 10 and knocking on the top 10. Carl Edwards, he told us, needed a long run. And that 39 car, Ryan Newman, just been kind of nipping at it all day long. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 88, remember, he got that pit road speeding penalty not that many laps ago.
Yeah, he was all the way in the back. But due to that wreck and some pretty good driving, evasive driving, here he is. He made up all that time just about.
So we listened in on Dale Jr. and crew.
Getting busted at Bristol for speeding by whatever it was when I didn't really gain nothing on nobody. It's not the way it should be. It should be a different way to do it.
I got you, bud. I got you. Calm down, take a couple deep breaths. Everything's going to be fine.
Now, I've heard that voice before. I listened to it for 2 years.
Who does that remind you of?
Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Well, Junior's now in 12th place, trying to fight his way back toward the front. And right now, Junior lacks 3.5 seconds to the leader. And we've just gone back to green.
Yeah, he's got a good piece. I think if he just maintains his cool here, he'll be okay.
Could be a top 5 car.
Well, he was. He was running right there in 6th place before he got that penalty.
This has not been Dale Jr.'s favorite racetrack. You heard in the pre-race that he thinks that one day at Darlington would be the catalyst that calls for him to hang up his helmet. And you can hear it in his voice as he talked with his spotter about what he does and doesn't want to hear from the roof.
And don't want to hear about a car length behind me that's on the inside looking low. So just tell me when people are there or not. You know, I don't need to know what they're doing. But when the car's not around me, I need silence.
10-4, bud. Settle down. A lot of racing here.
I'm hearing you. Told you about this place. Pretty fun, though.
Told you about this place, but it's pretty fun. Okay, if it's pretty fun, then he's moving forward. That's all right.
But, you know, he's one of the few guys I know of. He can talk a whole lap, drive the car, and never miss a beat.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the most thick-skinned human being in the garage area on pit road, Lance McGrew, his crew chief.
Yeah, his hair is already starting to recede quite a bit.
10-4, man. 10-4. Everyone's racing like that. Race the same way they do.
Right behind these guys, driver everyone was watching. 3rd anniversary of his last win. Don't think it's going to happen today. Just a few laps ago, he actually tagged the wall. This is going through turn 1 and 2, coming up on Mark Martin. And you can hear him roll out the throttle because he saw Mark Martin in the 5 car squeeze
clear,
it
man.
up
Keep
there.
coming. They got to run behind you there. One's back.
And we got a caution, Dale Earnhardt Jr. into the wall. It's our 6th caution of the day.
And that changes everything again.
Yes.
Still rolling, Junior? Yeah, buddy.
Now
it's still rolling, buddy? I'm rolling.
Yep. Now it's going to come down to the best race car.
Junior riding behind Joey Logano.
Looks like a cut tire. Looks like a tire. I mean, as quick as it went to the right.
Yeah, well, he
had already been in the wall.
Damage,
He had already been in the wall with the 5 car, and I'm betting he had a rub or something because as fast as that thing just kind of floated to the right, I mean, it had to be.
A.J. Allmendinger had just pitted under green. He gets the free pass as Dale Jr. comes in to get some work on the damage.
Yeah, just bad luck for him. He came up on Mark so fast earlier, as you saw in that one replay, and checked up. And when you check up, the nose lifts up off the ground, and the car pushes worse. And that's what happened. He jacks up off the gas, nose comes up, he gets in the outside wall. Had to have a tire rubbed.
It's kind of weird. Right where you're talking about, when you lift off the gas, you lose grip on the front.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense at all. But aero-wise, that's how it affects the car. When you talk dirty air, and we talk about it all the time, that's the best way to explain it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., a rough afternoon here at Michigan. Marty Snyder caught up with him after the race.
Well, a frustrating day for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And what happened there on the contact with your teammate, Dale?
Well, I mean, I got on the outside of Mark, and he just come on up and drove us in the fence off the corner. I don't know if his spotter wasn't spotting good or whether he just couldn't see good or what, but just ran and slapped in the wall. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. It blew the right front tire out eventually. We had got the car pretty good at that point. We're kind of moving forward, but I don't know, man. You know, car went away from us in the middle of the race, but I guess we can try to get our stuff together and go back the next week and try to see what we can do.
At points, did this feel like a top 5 car to you? And then that would have kind of ended the day for you?
I never give up. I mean, even at the end, when the car was beat all to hell, we still wanted to try to get what we could at the end of the race. We tried to get as many spots as we can. Every point's a big deal out there, and I just I try really hard to take care of people, try not to be careless, and I don't like putting up with carelessness, and that just really pissed me off what happened out there. So.
Thanks, Junior.
A few years back when trouble there, Boyer spinning around in turn 4. And trouble behind him. About a half a dozen cars going to pile up in the aftermath.
88 car's got a little damage in the front. Quite a bit, actually.
Yes, sir.
That could be radiator right there, too.
This is what qualifying back in the pack can get you when you're behind all of this stuff.
Now, those stops for Junior and Denny Hamlin have come while pit road is closed. NASCAR leaving the pit road closed because the safety workers have been there trying to work to remove the cars of Robbie Gordon where it sits after the wreck that started with one car getting spun around and ended with about a half a dozen others in the jam.
It looked like it was going to be innocent enough. I mean, Clint Boyer got his left front down on the apron there, got him loose up into the 00 of David Rudiman. It looked like he was kind of up out of the way, but then things started happening. Looks like maybe Junior got in the back of Matt Kenseth in the 17, and that triggered a lot of things happening after that.
Yeah, it looked like the 33 car, Boyer, was going to be able to just drive away with no damage other than that contact right there. And then, boy, did it break loose behind him.
Racing for 3rd spot at the time.
Yeah, it does look like Junior got into Matt Kenseth, and that just caused everybody.
Yeah, you can see Hamlin hard into the outside wall.
And with Dale Jr.
Take it out, watch him here. Go low, go low, go low, go low, go low. Keep coming there. Go low, keep coming low. Watch him, watch him.
Well, got a caution over in turn 2, the 38 car. Some contact with the 88.
Kevin Harvick leading the most laps so far tonight. The caution flag is out. And get closer to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series with unlimited access to highlights, news, and more. Learn more at sprint.com/speed.
Dale Jr. needed that caution.
That's Travis Kvapil.
Jr. had the leader bearing down on him to put him down 2 laps.
Travis Kvapil was running in 29th position at the time of his trouble over in turn number 2.
Yeah, he'd been battling the 88 car, trying to get by him, and had just got by him entering turn 1, and there was some more contact. Don't know if there'd been contact a little before that, but I know there was contact down the middle of 1 and 2.
Well, let's see. Ooh, that's at the start-finish line. So I'm feeling payback.
Well, let's see.
That Junior took exception to that.
Yeah, what do you think? Looks like payback to me. You see Harvick right there behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
So that'll be point, counterpoint.
As I said earlier, sometimes you just have to handle these things yourself. decided to do that, it looked like. I don't imagine getting bumped into halfway down the front stretch would make you happy. But no, that's not something that you normally get. You have to expect if you're going to do that, then you have to be ready to get hit at some point in time.
The only problem is Dale Earnhardt Jr. doesn't need any enemies out here tonight.
I don't know if we have enough time to describe everything that Dale Earnhardt Jr. had to overcome tonight. Junior, lap 8, about a 15-car pileup in turn 4. You got all been up there. You have to go back to 29th. You get the free pass 3 times because the car's all over the racetrack. How would you describe your night?
Well, we just kept working and trying to fix the car. It was tore up pretty bad in the front end. Had a lot of camber and just was really loose in and wouldn't turn in the middle. But we worked on it, trying to hit on something that would be kind of competitive. And we were real good. We could race the leaders on 10-lap tires. But after that, we just go backwards and just try to fight for everything we could, every little bit of track position we could. But I thought we was gonna have a pretty good car tonight. They had the 33 spun out over there, and everybody kind of knew about it except for 1 or 2 guys, and drove a few of us into the wreck. And I was locked the brakes up when that 13 sent me in the wreck. I locked the brakes up, and I'm in the door of this 11 car here, and I saw the 33 sitting up there, and I thought, well, I'll get off the brakes, let the front tires roll, turn down the bottom, go around him. He was way up the track. Well, he gets off the brakes and rolls down the track in front of us. So I was, all right, I'm gonna hit him. So we hit him, and that was it. But we just worked hard the rest of the night.
And here's the best part with that wink. He is in the chase, folks. Dale Earnhardt Jr. held his breath and kept a great attitude, but he is now in the chase here in 2011. Jamie.
There you see Dale Jr. sliding back.
I think he feels like he may have a tire going down right here.
Looks like the right front corner was pretty low going through the corner there. Can't tell if it's going down or not.
All right, we'll keep an eye on Junior. Meanwhile, Jimmy Johnson.
Sometimes you get a little bit of that rubber buildup. We're hearing now that he may have a broken sway bar. That's why it looked like it was down, really rolled over through the corner.
I don't know if it's broken, but it sounds like that somebody didn't get the bolt tight in there, the nut tight on the bolt. And
that's exactly right. If you've ever seen the sway bar in these cars, it's about as big as an exhaust pipe, and you can't break them, but you can have a link failure, or you can leave that bolt loose.
39 car thinks he saw there, so just hold all your controls with tenure.
So Dale Jr. needing a caution. There is a competition caution planned by NASCAR for lap 40 to let all the teams get a look at the tires and the track conditions after the opening run. Carl Edwards by Truex for second, 99 car on the move. But that's a long time for Junior to ride that out with that.
Yeah, he's going to have to run about 28 more laps. So he's probably not going to stay on the lead lap, and hopefully not wear the splitter out on that right front corner.
One of the guys you thought would shake up the standings today, Carl Edwards, now through to second. As we look back, all the way back to see the differential, back to where Junior's kind of chugging along for the moment.
You can see from that shot right there that the sway bar is not hooked up. And it's just like you said, Dale, more than likely, 90% chance or more that they left a nut loose on the link.
Yeah.
You see, he knows he's got a problem right
this is what I saw right as they got ready to start. He knew he had a problem. You can see right there.
So Junior all the way back to 38th place, Doc.
Yeah, the problem, the sway bar not hooked up, or else it is broken, snapped off. Crew here behind the wall working to try to get another one ready, and they told Junior, there's the crew left side of your screen, working to get another front sway bar ready to be able to put on the car. They had told Junior basically, do whatever you can without wrecking to stay on the lead lap here until lap 40 for the competition yellow. He has got his hands full right now trying to hang on. And to show you what this sway bar does, let's go to our Craftsman Tech Garage and Tim Brewer.
But when it starts raining, it's raining, guys. Fucking throw the yellow. What's the fucking hold up? It's so early in the fucking race. No point in fucking making us race through the rain, hoping it'll go away. So stupid.
Caleb, you have to stay back. Rear tire carrier, stay back.
I'm coming now.
Not open yet.
Will it fucking matter? I mean, Jesus, we're going to be at the end fixing this thing.
No, it doesn't matter, but we need to just get caught up to the pace car because he's all the way down to 1 and 2.
Yeah, but you could just look, know what you're trying to fix, get your shit together.
10-4, man. We'll come next time. Pretty sure it's sway bar arm there. The 39 said he might run over it.
Yeah, I don't know. 10-4. We're gonna work on it right here. We're gonna settle. If we got to settle lap, let's settle lap, and we'll go for the lucky dog for the competition yellow. So stop and fix it. Fix it one time.
Cautions breed cautions. When we left you, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon were battling side by side for 5th. Watch the contact between them and watch the left rear tire on Gordon's car, top of your screen.
It's all good, all good. They make contact right there, and when you go by, you see the left rear is down.
And that's right about where the tailpipes exit on the right side of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car.
Yeah, you can see a little damage on the side of Junior's car where the tailpipes got in there, the jack stop. Right there, they touch.
And there you see the 2 exhaust pipes behind that arrow, which is the jack post, and you see the tire mark. Pretty clear. And we heard from Jeff Gordon.
Oh, we're in the wall. Yeah, Junior just cut our left rear. Thank you, Junior. Appreciate it, buddy. That just sucks right there. I was just getting ready to give it to him, too.
Meaning give him
going anywhere.
Sorry, meaning give him the position.
No,
they were racing side by side.
I'm hoping he meant the position. I think he did.
And here's what Dale Jr. said.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, 10-4, but we'll let him know. We'll let him know. You're doing all you can out there. I know you are. Hopefully I didn't knock the right front off of it. We barely bumped. I mean, it was barely. I mean, it wasn't hard enough that I knocked the air out of the left rear tire.
Let's check in with Dick Bergman.
And Jeff Gordon has emerged from the care center. Dale Earnhardt Jr. said you barely bumped. Your version of the situation.
Well, I think we bumped more than we should have is the way it looks like. I mean, yeah, we definitely didn't hit, you know, in the right location because I think the tailpipe or something just cut the left rear immediately. I mean, we didn't hit that hard. You know, we were a little bit too tight, and he was pretty good on the restart there. We were racing hard, and you know, I know that it wasn't intentional, but it certainly ruined our day. And I hate it for Drive In Hunger. Just encourage everybody to text Hunger to 50555. I hate it for this race team. There were times we had the best car out there, and I think we could have got back to that before this thing was over.
They had a shot to win it, Chris.
This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In a description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.
7th caution of the day, and you heard it on the radio, called debris.
Once again, this changes things for these guys. At 88, it puts him in a lot better position because we saw how good he was on the restart. He came from 16th to 11th within 2 laps. Now, it gets a little bit tighter and a little bit harder once you get to the sharp end of the stick here.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it's going to be harder to get around Kenseth and Boyer and those guys, but still.
Hey, Kyle, Wally, Adam, if you think about it, the caution's probably good for everybody because we know that most of our drivers at the top, all the way from Joey Logano back to Jimmy Johnson, they're close on fuel. This is probably going to put them in great shape, but it's good for drivers like Dale Earnhardt Jr. because now he can reset and he's going to restart on the outside of the 4th row.
They're talking about debris on the Long Pond straightaway there, so I'll let you know here. Plan on going green, though. Of course they're talking about debris. It's fucking all going to run out of gas if we go green right here. What the fuck? Yeah, lights are back on. This took a big old shit on the end of this race here.
Let's see what we're talking about here.
In fact, just made a lane down there on the bottom. Does get the spot from Gordon.
So the fucking 88, he can thank me later for not wrecking his just that was fucking stupid.
I mean, I know Jeff's frustrated. I don't see anything wrong with what Dale Jr. did there. You go race and do all that you can do.
It's a race, right?
Little road rage, time to time there.
There we go. And how many times have we said just so far in our coverage of these Sprint Cup races, these restarts are when these guys are trying to make the spots that they can get. They've carried this battle on, though.
Logano goes to the lead.
and Jeff Gordon is there. He is under and past Matt Kenseth.
Whoa! The 2 just gave the 20 a huge shot, and here comes
Kyle Busch on the inside.
Look at this!
Again, he has those 4 fresh tires, Kyle Busch has.
Yeah, but he doesn't have but 4 laps to go. Hey, listen, there were some tempers over there in turn 2 just then. Brad Keselowski, and I don't know, I think it may have been Dale Jr., maybe even Jeff Gordon. There were some guys that were ticked off. Watch this. The 2 just brake checked the 20 right there. And then here comes Dale Jr. He can't stop. Now he's hot. Now he's going to go up here and he's going to give Keselowski a piece of his mind.
Everybody got a little piece of everybody.
And Krista with Matt Kenseth, curious your point of view. Brad Keselowski called your move mind-boggling.
Well, I mean, I did move up the track down in 3, but I mean, we're racing for a win. I thought the track was wide enough with how high people were running all the time. I mean, I did drive in there and try to get him a slide job. Absolutely, I was trying to watch both lanes, and I was trying to win the race. I think that's what all 5 of us were trying to do up there. So it was really disappointing. I had to tear up all our cars afterwards by wrecking my car. We wrecked the 88s and a couple other ones. So I never think that's very cool. But anyway, obviously I could have gave him a little more room, but he had a lane all the way to the straightaway there. And just racing hard for the win. So I feel bad for my Home Depot guys and Dollar General guys. They did a great job with their car tonight. And at the end of the day, I just didn't get it done for them. I tried, but I couldn't hold them off.
A lot of emotion at the end of the race, too.
Yeah, the 2 is mad at the 20. And so he slammed on brakes after the checkered and the 47 run into the 20. I ran into the 20. That was, I don't know what that is all about. Get over it. That's all I can tell him.
3 wide into the corner. Truex inside of Larson, and whoa, way up to the outside goes the 51. He paid the price on that one. Allgaier to the back. Oh, trouble! Around goes Tony Stewart, turn 1.
I think he made contact with Dale Jr. and cut a tire down.
Caution. Tony Stewart spun coming down the curving front straightaway. There's a little damage on the right front of Junior's car.
There was a lot of shaking and baking going on in there. I'm not sure who got into who, but there was definitely contact, and I think that's what happened to Stewart. I think we'll see he might have a tire cut down. They're back in here. Yeah, right back here is the 88, and you see right there they make contact. Actually, I think Tony might have gotten into Dale Jr., and that's what cut the tire down.
Watch how close he comes to catching that wall right there.
Yikes.
Oh, wow. He may have just skimmed it, but I'm telling you, he was headed for it in a hurry.
Too close.
They were just coming down the front straightaway here, and we've seen it time and time again. They've made it all day long, but this time it just didn't quite have enough room, and right there, almost like they zigged and zagged.
Dale Jr. 2 inside, 2 inside, 2 inside, 1 inside the 78, 1 inside on the line. Still 1 inside on the line in the middle. In the middle, clear high, 1 inside, front freeze on your tight point. Keep left, keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming there. Caution is out. Just a blown tire. He's just spun out and he's rolling. No other contact. Outside.
Stewart's going to climb out. Apparently the car would not restart for him.
This is where he got his very first career Sprint Cup Series win as a rookie back in 1999.
As Matt told us at the top of the show, it's his favorite racetrack. Not today. Well, we listened in on Dale Jr. and company.
Held the 51, I had 2 guys underneath me. I was trying to stay low for that 51, and the 14 must have gotten the left rear somehow.
Yeah, Allgaier was just caught up on the outside with a whole lot of company coming.
Yeah, it's real congested right here. You see Allgaier in the 51. Dale Jr. tries to get him between them.
1 inside the 78, 1 inside on the line. Still 1 inside on the line in the middle. In the middle, clear high, 1 inside, front freeze on your tight port. He's left, keep coming, keep coming.
You saw the little wiggle there where he and Stewart got together. Tony Stewart's car hauled back to the garage area.
I was trying to stay low for that 51, and the 14 must have gotten the left rear somehow.
Brad Keselowski had the cylinder down, well documented by Darrell Waltrip, hung in there as long as he could, but when the caution flags came out, pretty much put the winner of the last Richmond race in trouble, and Tony Stewart very upset here Dale Earnhardt Jr. and him in a wreck. And declined comment. His worst start of his career continues as we head back upstairs.
Danica Patrick looks to have gotten into the grass.
Get rolling when you can. Leader is just hit 3.
Right rear damage and right front damage to the 10. She goes back out on the track.
Danica driving into turn 3. Oh, gets loose. It's a tap from Junior. And she went. Again, we've heard all night that Junior's had trouble with brakes. So when Danica got a little bit free, could Junior not get slowed down and he got into the back of her? That could have been the issue.
Danica Patrick with damage to the right side into the grass.
88, did he hit me?
Oh yeah, he said he didn't have any brakes.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. was working very hard before he got into the back of the 10 of Danica Patrick. Talk me through this as a driver, Jeff.
Hey, let's listen to Junior.
Well, half decent, it's okay, but that's like every other lap. Yeah, you don't have that confidence to drive it where you want it. I know. We messed up on the brakes there.
Yeah, you can hear him talking about the brakes. He just didn't have the confidence to drive it. The crew chief said that. He said they messed up on the brakes, which meant they probably brought the wrong package. And you could just see he just ran into the back of the 10 car because he did not have brakes.
And this just happened. The 10 gets into the back of the 88 as they get onto pit road.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't know that he is having a brake problem. You know, she just thinks she knows somebody just ran into the back of her. She just doesn't know the whole story.
They continue to work on the brakes. At the beginning of that replay, we saw his left leg pounding on that brake pedal. I mean, pumping, pumping, pumping.
So here's what you're doing as a driver. When your brakes have gotten hot, Steve talked about it earlier, you've actually boiled the fluid in the calipers. So the only thing you can do is try to get more fluid in them. So you're pumping, 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 trying to get fluid and move air out of the caliper. That's your only recourse as a driver. Obviously, he's pumping as hard as he could, but he just never got the friction that he needed to get the car slowed down.
Go yourself. I mean, really? Didn't have any brakes. Why would you drive in underneath me? Weren't you thinking about that? Maybe the corner before that?
I guess what's going to happen out here with no brakes on a race car. I don't even know why we're out here.
Ford's on the inside, Chevy's on the outside.
Well, I'm just wondering, did Kevin Harvick want to get up in front of his teammate Kurt Busch?
Car spinning in the wall. Turn 2. Down in the first corner, caution waves for a two-car crash. Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the second time today with Carl Edwards, and Jr.'s car is aflame.
Oh, man.
I think that'll do Amelia in. I think that's about it for her.
Send what's left of that car to the South Pacific.
Yeah. Man, what a bad day for Junior.
It doesn't sound too good either.
Oh.
Like a bullhorn inside there.
Well, let's go for a nationwide inside ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 88 bringing out the fourth caution.
Remember, this car's been in the garage. They worked on it, repaired it.
And Carl Edwards in the 19 had damage from the last caution.
Oh, man.
He had a tire go down or some kind of a failure there.
Yeah, right front. Looked like he had some damage on the right front from that wreck back there.
I mean,
up the hill it went.
I mean, poor Junior just can't catch a break here today.
Carl Edwards released from the infield care center. Carl, you saw some damage on that right front corner. Any idea, was that a tire or suspension that let go there?
We're not sure what let go. The guys do a really good job on pit road of making sure the car is safe to get out there. So just something was wrong with it from that previous crash. But I just got to thank Eris, Bob, and Kay Stancione, everybody for coming out here. And feel bad about tearing up Dale's car too, but it's just something let go.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. also down here. Dale, this is 2 times in one race. We got to stop meeting like this, man. It looked like before that restart, were you having an issue with the steering wheel?
Oh, it come off. Yeah, I didn't have it on there. Luckily, it was under caution. I just grabbed the shaft and steered the car that way, and I ripped the skin off my hand, but I wasn't going to let it hit the wall. That was just a freak deal. We didn't get the steering wheel on when we got back in the car to go back out there. So we're working on something to keep that from happening going forward. But we just out there riding around, and something broke in the 19, and he came up into us, and we just out there chilling out and having fun.
Tough day. Thanks, Dale.
Wow. I once heard of a driver who had a steering wheel break and they handed him a pair of vice grips to steer with. but never anything like this. Hard on the wall goes, is that Allmendinger?
And Dale Jr. coming across in front of traffic.
Hold the brake here, man. You all right? Yeah. Hey guys, this is fixable here, so we're going to have to get the right side tires on it. Right side tires at clearance first.
Damage to Allmendinger and Earnhardt coming off turn number 2, trying to go 3 wide.
Yeah, that's the real fallacy, or the real problem with this package, Mike. Is you get these restarts, you get everybody bunched up. There's just not a lot of air out there to hold the car down, and this is what we were expecting would happen.
And this is more what I was anticipating with this lack of downforce that's in this package. We see
he's right in
Dale
here.
Jr. go underneath A.J. Allmendinger, 3 wide between the 34. The 34 actually got loose of Chris Buescher and just made slight contact with the 88, sent him into the outside fence.
And Allmendinger too.
Well,
both of them got in the wall.
Scrambling right here. That could have been even worse. And I think they're going to have to go to the garage with that car.
Yeah, that's
the 47. Yeah, I just saw him.
I think that's more damage than they think they have on the 88.
Look at
that,
that,
a lot of damage here.
The whole right side.
That's garage.
And that is no pun.
That's garage.
Of Allmendinger's car.
With Dale Earnhardt Jr. and we heard it on the radio. It sounded like you took a big hit. You okay?
I wasn't too bad actually. I knew I was going to hit the wall. The 34 just drove in the left rear quarter panel, man. I don't know. I mean, when you own them restarts and all that, you got a responsibility to try to take care of everybody out there, even when you're 3 wide. And I'm disappointed in that. But we had a pretty good car, and we were just kind of taking our time there, and the car was great though. So it's a shame.
We saw Dale Jr. have trouble as he enters turn 3. He goes to put wheel there. He's got to take the wheel out of it, and now he's climbing the racetrack. And all he can do is lift, get out of the gas, and then go again. And then the same exact thing as he enters turn 3. The next lap, it happens again. So, he's a second off. There's no way panic's not setting in. You heard him say, "How can we be this far off?" I can't turn the wheel. The car steers into the corner by itself. Like what it says on this, I'm wrecking. Yeah, I get you, buddy. Well, how can we be this stuff?
Obviously, Junior not very happy. He said the turn 3 entrance is just so on edge. You can't handle it. So a little bit of, I wouldn't say panic here in the 88 camp, but a lot of head scratching going on.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. rounding out the top 10. He had struggled in practice, and he had struggled throughout the early stages of this race, nearly wrecking at one point. The Gray guys and team have gone to work, and now Dale's pretty happy with his car. He's been racing and able to move forward.
One groove, slick. So a new repave, has a lot of grip. Goodyear brings a real conservative tire. It's going to be extra careful on, blistering. They had some blistering in the test that scared them. So they went really conservative on the tire. I think that, personally, I believe they can make that right side tire as hard as they want, go as safe as you want there, so we don't have the blistering, but soften the left up some. The racing will be better. We got issues at all the recent repaves with the left side tires a little bit too hard. So it hurts the racing because you just can't get any grip and turn and go underneath nobody. You just slide that left front all night long through the center and on exit. You can't drive around and underneath guys. And the low downforce. I don't know if all that stuff is a great combination. The drivers want less downforce. If you take me to Texas with the tire we got there and wore out old racetrack and a softer tire, or the tire that gets the grip into the track, you probably love this type of package. But with it's just a bad combination for the new surface and how conservative that tire is. I mean, you couldn't hustle the car at all. You just on pins and needles all the time on restarts, like, I don't want to lose any ground, and boy, if I have a big slip, I'm going to lose all kinds of track position, which happened over and over to a bunch of guys, myself included. That sucks the race that way. You want to drive and hustle and try to get in there and beat guys, and you can't even run side by side. I mean, guys run side by side is a second slower.
Well, Kyle's passed inside and outside since they dropped the green flag for the second time.
Just pick a lane, I'll take the other one.
Blaney drops in line behind Earnhardt.
And I think Kyle Busch is motivated, Mike. I think Jeff mentioned that he wants to get up there. He may want to get up there and get in that mirror of that 22 car if he can.
88 pulls up the line. Come on, Dale. Looking inside there, the 21. You are clear, buddy.
Well, right now, Blaney's closing in on Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jamie?
Well, Blaney's one complaint today was he's loose into 3, no turn in the center or drive off. So he's been using his track bar adjuster. And on that stop, Jeff, he wondered what they did. He made a wedge adjustment, air pressure, and 4-sticker tires. So those tires have helped a little bit, but not where he thought he'd be.
Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, it's so interesting. DW, you and I have talked about this so many times. Talk about drive off, getting that rear grip and getting back to the throttle, launching up off the corner. I see Brad Keselowski's car doing that as good or better than anybody right now. But what does it take to make that happen? Got to turn the middle, right? Can't have that wheel put into it and scrubbing the front tires to bring the back end around and make it only looser. So you almost have to free the car up to make it drive off tighter.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than what we refer to as push loose. You're backing the gas, the front end's pushing, and all of a sudden the front end bites and the back end snaps around. That's just dreadful.
Tires are gone because the 88 car, the thing ain't got no grip, Greg.
And Jamie McMurray has been checked and released. There was a lot of contact out there, but what was the final straw that led to the eventual tire rub?
Yeah, well, I think the 48 got into the left rear and it knocked the body in on the tire. And I was kind of leaving it up to the team whether we pit or not, because I knew they could get a better idea what it looked like and maybe where it was hitting the tire. And then it somewhat quit smoking, which made me think that maybe the body had relieved itself. But then I blew a left rear tire going in the corner, and you know it's like a no-win. If you stay out and you blow a tire and you wreck, your day's done. If you pit here and you lose 2 or 3 laps, I don't think that you can get those back. So we made the decision to stay out and ended up blowing a tire.
Thanks, Jamie. Glad you're okay. And Dale Jr., the 88, spun on track, guys.
Yeah, he was in 10th place and spun coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
But if you watched coming down the front straightaway, he and Blaney make some contact. You see these two cats racing pretty hard right here.
Look at that,
right there, Dale Jr. tries to move over. Blaney is there, says, excuse me.
But how did that cut the right rear of the 88? I thought it would cut the left front.
I don't know.
Did they make contact again here?
Let's see what happens here off the corner.
No, it's already.
Where it happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if that was a cut right rear tire.
I don't know. It wasn't a cut tire, and I'm not sure the 21 didn't push him.
What did Dale Jr. say?
I thought I gave him plenty of room on the front stretch. He's trying to hook me in the fence.
Oh, you know what?
It got tight. Okay.
It looks
My
to
bad.
me.
My fault.
It looks to me like Junior got a little loose, and the left front of the 21 of Ryan Blaney just clipped him enough right as he got loose, sent him the rest of the way around.
He helped him get looser.
Those two had a dust up at Phoenix. Blaney sent Junior flowers.
I'd be a little concerned.
Better call the florist.
I'd be a little concerned with that left front on the 21 of Ryan Blaney. I think that's going to be the bigger problem here.
But you heard Dale Jr. take responsibility, said he picked up a push, lost his forward drive off. Blaney got into him. Now remember the 5-minute crash clock, and Dale Jr. is on it. That begins when you enter pit road, and the time it takes to run pit road at pit road speed is fairly consistent track to track, 25 to 35 seconds. So that gives them about 4.5 minutes to work on the car, repair any crash damage, and then all Junior has to do is get back up to minimum pace under green flag racing, minimum speed, and then the crash clock and its effect goes away.
I tell you what, that's very minor damage for Martinsville.
And Junior stays on the lead lap. Here's some audio from Ryan Blaney's team.
We'll be in the pit for 4, and then he drives right up. I cannot stop. Hard racing, bud. All good.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think that was Ryan Blaney's fault on the front straightaway. It did look like Dale Jr. came up a little bit and they made contact. That was just a racing incident. Yep. I think Jr. kind of took the blame for that. What happened off of turn 2 is the one that's maybe a little questionable.
Oh, 88 in the wall. Never made it.
Caution's out.
Wow, he hit that hard.
Let's listen in on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s radio. He was running 20th.
We're smoking. Why? We just noticed when you left there's a little oil in the pit stall. Yeah.
Now that was before, just before the restart was that radio.
They had to put some oil on that front tire, and he just lost the front going into turn 1.
Yeah, it just goes up straight up the track.
Yeah, he's already in the wall. It had to be related to that. That's pretty odd. There's No real chance of that being a tire issue. No. Just on the restart.
He went straight, so whatever it was,
Yeah.
you can see right there.
That's definitely fluid underneath the right front, if I had to guess. Oh, that's a shame.
Junior finished second here last year.
Here he is right here, so let's watch him get off in the corner here. I think
You can see the smoke.
You see
Look,
the
the
smoke
car
starts to boil out of the back, and the car just goes straight.
Yeah. He had no chance of making that first turn.
Oh, he's leaving a snail's trail of some fluid as he leaves his pit, and I assume heads for the garage. Under caution at Bristol, Dale Earnhardt Jr. snake bit on short tracks this year. At Martinsville, in an accordion-type crash, he ran into a car, busted the radiator, and was out of the race. Here, they have lost the oil cooler, and the mechanical damage they can repair behind the pit wall as long as they don't work on any damaged bodywork. But they could try to repair it mechanically, get him back out there. But here's a look at the 88.
Yeah, you would think by busting the oil cooler, and it's in the radiator area, that he would have knocked, something would have hit that to puncture it. But
I don't know, DW. I think this place takes a beating. That concrete racetrack, the amount of force as well as the vibrations. But you're putting these parts and pieces and things through a lot. I'm just wondering if possibly something cracked or broke. You know, that oil line was attached to.
Yeah, could have.
And we're told he is out of the race. They have retired the car with mechanical damage, making his way toward the care center.
This going to bring Iron Man to his knees. So I know that car, it takes a pounding just like the driver does.
Let's do it now.
Vince?
Yeah, I'm with Junior now. I know, Junior, they were trying to address what damage was done before the incident and what damage was done after you hit the wall, but did you have any idea at all that there was a problem?
We come out of pits and there's some oil in the pit stall. I noticed when I was getting lined up for double foul, it's smoking. I don't know why. But it's got oil all over the engine compartment. So in the corner just went straight in the wall. But I don't know what's broke, but I think that's the end of the day.
Per NASCAR rules, you have to go to the medical center. Do you feel okay?
I feel good. We'll get in here and find out.
Mike.
Brian Newman and Dale Earnhardt Jr. were both hoping for a caution before they pitted. They got one. Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming off 4.
This is
way up on the outside of the racetrack, or off 2 rather, and there's Jimmy Johnson.
Man.
Bam.
I mean, Junior gets a little loose on the outside, but he still was up against the wall.
Yeah, I just like Jimmy didn't know he was there. Like I think Junior came out of nowhere. I don't think Jimmy was expecting it.
Here's Dale Jr. audio.
I have no clue anybody was out there. My apologies.
Or Jimmy Johnson, rather, that was. So Jimmy Johnson pits with some right side damage as the result of that contact. And there, as Dale Jr. drove around the racetrack, before that tire went down on the rim, there were a lot of sparks coming from underneath the wheel well from the right front suspension area.
Well, if he was loose getting in, his front end's going to look like Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s now with no splitter on the right front. That was one of the oddest things I've ever seen. And we heard Jimmy Johnson say he had no idea that he was out there.
That's kind of what it looked like. As Dale Jr. was up so high and he got in it loose stuff a little bit. I think he had to slow, and Jimmy just ran into him.
Well, Dale's first race after announcing retirement this week, and Dale, it kind of sounded like an up and down day, but the second half of the race, it seemed like you were making improvements on the car. Saw you talking to Jimmy Johnson there. What happened?
He said he didn't see us. He had pitted and got tires when he was out there running around the top and weren't ready to pit yet. And he said, you know, didn't get any notice that he had a car outside. So he was coming to pass me. I was running the top right against the fence and really wasn't watching the mirror, so I didn't even know he was there or anybody was coming. TJ was giving me pretty good warning about guys getting on my inside. And but otherwise, when you're running the top, you don't have to worry about it. They kind of take care, you know, everybody kind of takes care of you. But Jimmy didn't know he was there. Came off the corner and didn't know the car was there. So it was an explosion. But the car held up pretty well. It knocked the sway bar arm off of it, so we run the last bit of the race without a sway bar hooked up, but wasn't a great day. We did make a lot of adjustments, and that last run I was pretty happy. And obviously we were trying a pretty wild strategy staying out, and I was pretty comfortable it was going to work because our lap times were pretty decent and everybody else was coming to us that had pitted, so it wasn't going to be too bad. just terrible luck. I don't know what to do, you know. But we're probably going to finish anywhere around from 10th to 15th today. Not all that awesome, but, you know, we just had such terrible luck.
And Talladega is next. Thanks, Dale.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the radio complaining of a soft brake pedal.
I am running out of brakes. Brake pedal solid to the floor. 10-4, we're going to pull a little brake tape.
Now, from what I understand, a lot of these teams have really beefed up their brakes for this race, but that doesn't mean they're going to open them up and let air flow through.
Here's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Still talking about brakes.
Right rear's hot. Oh, which ones are hot? I'm just trying to, I gave you cooling. If they didn't get any better, I'm going to give you right rear cooling as well. Well, I'm just not using them.
Oh, Junior having an issue. Oh, did he miss a gear again, or did it get stuck?
Can't get it down quite yet. Hang on. Couple more. Clear by 3 to the 38. 2 back. 1 back. You're clear low. Come on down. Come on down.
Yeah, I think that transmission's
I don't know what it is about the shifter this week, but it's not natural to me.
Now, this is a new transmission. They had to change engine and transmission after the incident in practice we showed you earlier. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. out of the race. He's with Chris Neville.
Well, Mike, in all the years that Dale Jr. has been running at Pocono, this is only his second DNF. And Dale, I know it's been a very frustrating weekend. Has the team done anything different with the transmission this weekend?
No, yeah, I just, something in my motion is, I mean, there really isn't anything different. The shifter's not different, the handle's not different, the location, everything's the same. I don't know whether it's something about my motion. It's not, it's, you know, going in the wrong gear. I can't, I wish I could blame it on something else because this is awful. Feels awful. The car was fast. We drove up in the top 15 there, running great lap times. Really, really happy with the car. Wasn't really running that hard, backing up the corners big time and just cruising forward, really happy. It's just my fault. I don't know what else to, I wish I could say that the shifter's different and something's out of line. That's, you know, not something I've done. I was doing last year as far as where we have the shifter mounted for Pocono. This really concerns me coming back here and the road courses, you know. But we haven't had any problems all year long, but in places where we do a lot of shifting, I don't know what's going on, what I got to do, or why this is really happening out of nowhere. So I don't know. We don't really have an answer to it other than me just having to pay more attention. But I mean, I've been doing this all my life, and this isn't a common issue that it has been this weekend.
Thanks, Dale.
2 transmissions for Dale Jr. this weekend.
This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In the description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.
And a little rubbing of paint here with Dale Jr.
He's been trying to make this pass for a while, even tried a little bump there. I don't think it did much damage to either one. Such a tight corner right there as a driver. You want to power up, but not having that room to go out to the wall. You have to turn a little more wheel and all of a sudden lose the front end or the back.
Well, he's being judged right now by his driver of next year in the 31. That's Josh Berry. He'll drive full-time for Junior Motorsports. He's in the Jordan Anderson entry today, and he's watching his boss man of next year trying to pass it. I wonder if he's learning or critiquing right now.
Yeah.
He might be giving us, I'm telling you, Josh Berry is a short track racer, so I think he would love to turn left here and drive by the boss.
If Junior hadn't already hired him, he'd already given him a little bump and moved on by.
And it's interesting, Josh Berry has been driving for Dale Earnhardt Jr. for over a decade now. He's been, you know, a late model racer, has been doing so many things, but they were able to give him an opportunity this year to run in the Xfinity Series, and he took full advantage of it, won at Martinsville, and now has locked up a full-time ride next year with Junior Motorsports. Parker?
And the 92 of Williams not doing anything wrong, actually doing a great job of just consistently running one lane up. He says, you know what, you can have the bottom. And Dale Jr. shows how difficult that is. You can drive inside to his door, but trying to get that power down on quarter exit on the low lane, very difficult.
You have to wait for somebody a lot of times to make a mistake, or you be willing to use a little bit more bumper. But at this point in time, well, there's a little more contact.
Bumper.
Exit of 2.
Didn't take long. Oh, hand. Williams hands out. Oh, caution's out. There he goes. Competition yellow.
Competition caution has come out. They'll check the tires, and right now Dale Jr. and
I think he's having a blast.
Josh Williams are going, hey, we were having a little fun out here, right, guys?
Bud, he probably ain't liking it much.
I'm having fun, and I don't think he's liking it much. That's classic.
So let's listen into Josh Williams' radio.
I don't care if he's a hero or not. Like, keep jacking me up, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you got plenty of room. Use it.
I'll make a note to tell Dale Jr. he was not enjoying it. Make a note.
Just a mental note there. Didn't like the racing that was going on. So, yeah, we hear both sides of the story. That's the great thing about being able to listen in on the radios.
So, listen, I've obviously known Dale Jr. race with him for a long time, and it's truly pleasurable to hear him having fun in a race car. He always had fun driving, but DJ, when you're a full-time guy trying to do this, you just know the pressure that's on all of those drivers in the garage area. So to just hear him having a good time out there running, it's great to listen to.
Totally different.
All right, let's listen in Dale Jr.'s radio.
Are you around that 92 spotter?
I can find him.
All right, he just let him know I'm trying. I don't remember where the corners of the car are. So I'm hit him off turn 2 twice, telling it's by mistake.
Okay. All right. So
I don't know.
Olive leaf. You know what? You think? Just make sure that he knows.
I'm gonna tell you, this is the best thing ever. This gave me so much ammunition. I'm gonna be able to make fun of him all the way to the end of the year at this rate. This is great. No, it's fun to see him in there. And so, come on, do you buy that or not? Said he's trying to find with the corners of the car. He hasn't driven in over a year.
Right.
You know, you got to be within inches.
Yeah, it's tougher though.
You got to do a little feel.
Yeah.
And on the front stretch, spinning, the 51 goes around. So Jeremy Clements brings the caution out. We'll have another restart. Most cautions here since April of 2013, 9 already.
Well, this should be lining up exactly what the 11 and Dale Jr. and others were looking for.
Yeah, I was mentioning how laps were the deficit for the 11 last time. Well, now he had passed 4 or 5 guys. So now close him back in and let him try to get him 2 or 3 wide at a time. Take a look exactly what happened. I mean, there's so much chaos. It's hard to catch. He's at the bottom of 51, that is. 3 wide, looks like he gets a little loose. The 2 tries to get out of the gas. It looks like the 10's right on the rear bumper of the 2. Contact and around goes the 51.
Well, and I know, Rick, the day certainly didn't have the result that Junior had hoped, but did you have fun? I mean, it looked like you guys were having a blast out there. You ruffled some feathers, got some guys mad at you. That's a successful day, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they race hard there in the middle of the pack, especially there, especially around me, but I was up for it. It was fun. We got to beat on some of them guys. They beat back on us and got fenced in off of turn 4 and then off of turn 2 there in late. But, we didn't have the car I think that I was looking for, and maybe I just couldn't figure out how to get it around the track. But we tried hard and tried to make adjustments and couldn't really figure out how to get the left front to work. And the car was real tight. And but it was fun. I love racing with these Xfinity Series. All these guys got so much heart and they just race so hard, and you can tell they're trying to prove themselves, and it's so fun to be out there with them and learning about those guys. That's how you learn who's who, is it being out on the racetrack with them. So you get to see how they race, and that's a first-hand experience today, so it's going to help me in that booth going forward.
And look at this, Dale Jr., Ryan Sieg, Austin Hill. This is a mess.
3 wide, late in the race. Boy. It never turns out good.
Keep coming low, caution's out, caution is out.
Daniel Hemrick paid the price.
Yeah, it just wasn't going to work there. Too many guys going for too little real estate.
You ain't got to worry about the pace car, you're fine.
Yeah, it started pretty far back here.
2's getting a little help from the 21, maybe.
That was into turn 1.
1 into 2. That's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Oh, he had the flat.
Oh, yeah.
He got a flat off the contact. I was watching that, and I'm like, how did the 11 end up getting involved? It was because the tire was down, and eventually he just went for a ride in turn 3.
Tell that 39, I'm getting run over. Sorry, I keep hitting his ass. Oh, it's all good, man. He knows. He don't really know every time.
And there goes the 9, turned on the restart. And a big crash going into turn 1.
That was not ideal.
I didn't see that coming.
Check it up, break, check it up, stop. Go through the middle, go check it up, stop. Go out through the middle, your lane's open, your lane's open. You're good, come on through, you're clear. You talked me through it! You did it! Good job! All right, I'm gonna go to the truck now. All right, buddy. I don't know what was going on up front, but it was shit.
This video is presented by Try the World. Try the World offers food and beverages from various international sources at great prices. In a description and pinned comment for this video is a special link from me, Ryan Holman, to get 20% off of your first purchase at Try the World. I truly hope you like it.